And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
All right, to recap, you guys had just, what's the word I'm looking for here? Deftly dealt with the level that you've gathered is level 2, counting up as you go down, ironically. And you descended to what you presume is the 3rd level. And upon proceeding to this third level, you encountered the stench of corpses and purple algae surrounding you on most of the stone surfaces. You then discovered that the purple algae had little tiny eyes sprout out of it, and upon certain interactions with those eyes, a bigger eye stalk emerged and started shooting lasers at you. Some of you were affected by this, some less so, and you decided to exact your vengeance on the purple algae in the form of flames and have destroyed most of the central staircase chambers algae. You then saw that there were 2 big armor-clad creatures in the western corridor of this central chamber, holding a big spiked chain between their necks. You thought, maybe go somewhere else. So you checked out the northern corridor. Through the mouth of a devil face, you saw the room you had descended into from the floor above with a rope and managed to extract the horn of a rabbit from the coffin held within, because you saw a corpse on the ground had already sprung the trap, so you could take the goodies and climb back up the rope. So now that you dealt with the western and northern passages, you decided, let's go south. So you went south and found in the resultant passage a tiny little crawl space, which Caesar proceeded to jump into before there was enough time to turn him into a snake, I believe. And then he encountered a metal sheet barring the crawl space ahead of him. It was the face of a minotaur depicted on this metal sheet, with 2 holes about 2 inches wide cut where the eyes of the minotaur's face would be.
Also known as the face of a cow.
Yeah, exactly. It had a certain, let's say it had one of those fancy spiked chokers around its neck that made you think that it subscribed to human fashions. And you, Fleeb quickly joined his bodyguard, ironically, going into the crawl space after Caesar. Scramble noticed, to the east of this passage that comes off of the southern passage, there's some little puddles of water towards the eastern end of this new passage, and that is where we left off. What would you like to do?
Can I just confirm whether I should have a pink dot still?
Oh, that's inspiration.
Did I get that at the very end of last session?
I'm 1 down at the moment, so if you have it on this map, probably.
As I think it's a rabbit inspiration.
Yeah, no. Oh, it was the inspiration I gave you. So yes, you'd only just received it, and it's a D10 that you can use for the next hour.
No, I think I gave you another. I'm not sure. If it was a pink one, it might have been my one rather than the rabbit's one.
Well, either way,
So you
you're
give them
right.
a different color.
That pink dot might have been from an earlier situation that you may or may not have used. So it's possible you have 2 inspirations on you at the same time, but I can't remember when Jex gave you his.
Let's assume I've got one, and because I think I got one for worming down into the tunnel.
Yes.
Got one for
Classic
doing
worming.
the worm.
Yeah.
Classic
I'm just like,
one.
hold.
Sick,
So wait, did you
sick
say this
dance
tunnel
move.
was
Have
like?
inspiration.
Oh yeah. Did you say this tunnel was like, 1.5 foot across?
Yeah, 1.5 feet, 2 feet. It's like the kind of thing you'd have to shuffle, but because he jumped in and wormed around, he sort of
No,
like.
I just can't. It's gotta be 3 feet if we're fitting a dwarf in there, right?
Well, the way I
That's not
imagined
wide,
it
right?
was that he jumped in hoping to worm and got slightly stuck between
So
the
like,
walls.
I know dwarves are wide,
fit.
but that would make them about as wide as they are tall.
Dwarves are like
Dwarves are taller than 3
dwarves are like
feet.
almost 5 feet tall.
Yeah, even so, that ratio still feels wrong.
Let me
almost 5 feet
just
tall.
measure my shoulders.
Well, Samuel.
Let me measure my shoulders.
Ver just gets out his handy measuring
I'm like,
tape.
yeah, I've got okay. I'm more
You're
than 2
reasonably
feet
broad
across on my
yeah.
shoulders.
You're probably
yeah.
not. You're probably not much more than 2 feet.
Yeah, but
across,
so I'm saying
most
a
people
dwarf
like
is
2 feet's probably not an unreasonable
but
width for a person.
dwarves
but
are
dwarves, yeah.
famously
Oh,
broad.
Yeah,
You're
but
famously broad.
so are you.
Exactly. Yes, I'm probably about the same weight and breadth as a dwarf.
You're as
Wow.
broad as you are
Density,
stupid.
maybe.
Let's
Okay,
say
so what we've got from this is that it's a tight fit.
You're broad as you
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
dense.
we're
That's
pushing.
better. That's
Paul,
better.
Skinny Fleeb has gone in just to help push Caesar along.
yeah, let's say it's
Roll
like
strength check.
Okay,
2.5 feet
did
wide.
did we take a look through these Minotaur's eyes?
I
presume
believe you
there's
did, and
holes.
you saw a continuation of the passage, much like the one
Okay.
you just came through, that curves off to the
Um,
left at the end.
I'm gonna stick my chubby dwarf fingers through both holes and try and like lift up the grate.
Okay. Let me see what happens. Give me an athletics check, please.
Give it a
Assuming
good old wiggle. Maybe it slides to the side, you know?
Oh, wow. With a
Yeah,
23 athletics check, without much difficulty, you find that it does move upwards, but it feels as though you're pushing against like a spring-like force as you push it up. It like resists you a little bit, but you're much stronger. And as you keep... What's up?
What do you do? Sorry. I thought you were finished. My mistake. Keep going.
And as you keep pushing this flat piece of metal up, you notice as it gets towards the ceiling, it clicks, and you feel a little something grabbing it, and it's no longer resisting you.
Oh, great, cool. Keep wiggling down the.
Oh yeah, I just remembered why you got your inspiration. Because I like turned away to put a knot in a rope so we could tie it around you and pull you out if you got in trouble, and I turned back and your feet were disappearing down the tunnel.
Oh, I thought it was
He's
for
off. He's
refusing to
fucking
be
off.
polymorph.
Yeah.
I thought it was refusing to be
Alright.
polymorph. to be honest.
Show me with your icon where you go, Caesar.
I presume up to the little bend that I can see.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got a rope on Fleep though, right?
You
Yeah.
see
There's a
some-
flow. There's a flow around my ankle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. And you see more purple algae and a slightly wider, more humanoid-sized tunnel.
I guess I wiggle out into that other tunnel.
Okay. You can move your icon, and I will show you what you see. And I shall describe it in a moment. Feel the suspense.
I just noticed you're drawing the rope.
I didn't realize that was what it is either. Fleeb, you hear a very sudden, very loud metallic slamming noise as the metal divider slams into the ground.
Oh no.
Oh shit. Is that before or after I've gone past it?
That's
So wait, how
after-
many tugs was that?
That's after you've gone past it. So the rope is severed, but you, fortunately, because your icon is on the other side of it, were not sliced.
Oh, dicks.
I presume it makes a noise and I come shuffling back.
It definitely makes a
Ass
sufficient
first.
noise.
I've lost a couple of feet of rope, oh no.
Well, it's divided the rope into two slightly smaller ropes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I've got
So,
most
like,
of the rope
sword.
here, and then about
Okay.
like half a foot of it is
So,
on
so I sort of like stare through my legs until I go, Jax.
Do I hear anything?
Yeah, I'd say you would. It echoes through this tiny chamber, and you hear
Okay.
his voice.
Fuck. Yeah, what happened?
So we opened a grate, and the grate has closed. Fortunately, it chopped your rope in half and not my knees.
Sounds great, dude.
Ah, you mean so it's like a
Get it? Sounds great.
Oh,
I do
nice.
get
Well
it.
done.
Thanks. Thanks, Jax.
it's like a it's like a guillotine then.
I suppose so.
Sorry, a guillotine.
More like a greater teen, am I right?
So otherwise, the route appears. I kind of look forward to see like too much of Caesar. Right. What was down
okay.
there?
Nothing much. I presume
sorry.
I looked left and saw.
Let me describe it to you because I didn't get a chance because I had to do the slamming metal thing. What you saw...
Are you guys face to face in this tunnel now?
it's just a
Well,
really
we haven't really
awkward-
decided whether I'm putting.
Someone have to shuffle backwards out of this
They're
like
just stuck.
worm
This is
backwards.
how they die.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
So once you were
Horrible
in,
centipede.
once you were in the slightly larger tunnel than the crawl space, it still wasn't an overly large tunnel, and it's quite narrow. As the tops of the walls of this tunnel that you found yourself in slope inward as they approach the 10-foot high ceiling, and patches of mold were clinging to the walls and the floor. but mostly on the eastern half of that corridor. And then cut into the floor at the far western end, you noticed a hole about 3 feet wide. It's rectangular, and you seemed to notice light spilling up out of it.
So that's this thing.
No, the light
one.
is coming from
Oh, I
the
see.
western end of the corridor.
West?
Well,
Well, Philippe, if you want to go and have a look at that, I can try and lift this grate again.
sure. Okay, we try and
get
shuffle
out of
past
our way.
each
No,
other.
no, you're going
So
through my
oily.
knees.
It's so oily and so close. And you get stuck for a moment with your head stuck between each other's knees.
I'm not sure what kind of check this is, but I don't like it.
A squeeze check.
Seduction.
Well, I mean,
Please don't be that.
moving through allies space, I'll say you don't need a check, but you definitely
Just
reevaluate.
phase through it.
You
Philippe does it
reevaluate.
very sensually.
Please, like, I'm
body
paying
of
him
each
too
other.
much for this.
Cleve literally is like, I'm so glad our laws of physics allow me to pass through this guy because
Philippe briefly breaks the fourth wall
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
because he can't break
get
the
out
other
and
stone
stand
rules.
up.
Don't forget to be careful around that mold.
Oh yeah, I look down. Do I see any eyeballs?
Fireball it.
You do notice one eye stalk, quite a small one, towards the middle of the corridor, sort of west of you. It just seems to be blinking occasionally, staring, much like the central
Blinking.
chambers.
Oh,
eye
wow,
stalks.
it's got eyelids. That's incredible.
Very much so.
Okay, I sort of give it a bit of a wave and sort of shuffle this way
Okay.
and look down, just see what's down here.
Okay. You see another crawl space, and this one appears to show a very, like an open space, like a gap. You don't see any floor, and then you see a stone wall on the other side.
Right. How much sludge is in the way of this opening?
To be fair, to be accurate, the purple algae is limited to the corridor that you're in at the moment. The crawl space does not appear to feature algae.
Okay, cool. Is there a pebble anywhere?
I'll say yeah. It's a stone structure. There'll be offcuts.
yeah,
So
so
I-
your shoes are full of them as well.
Yeah.
Classic light
So-
pebble.
So I find one and just sort of roll it gently down just to see how far the drop is at the end of the crawl space.
Okay.
Like in terms of I hear the distance it has.
I love it. I love it. Give me either perception or intelligence. Or no, let's do both, and I'll take the average of both.
Okay, right.
Because they're kind of
int
both necessary.
Perception.
Lovely. Okay. You roll it and you hear it
13 and a half.
you hear it go off the edge, and then you hear the barest of sort of like clinking noises, but you're not sure if that's the blood pumping in your own ears. And then you gather based on that time that there's about 50 feet of hang time that pebble experienced.
Quite a big drop is the most important factor there, I guess.
Phlebe leans against the wall and has a think as to what spells he has. In the meantime,
Yes, in the meantime, we cut back to Orvek saying
Spider
to
fleet.
Scrammel,
Spider fleet.
what's going on in this corridor? I heard you say that there was water down one end. Where did everyone go?
No, nobody said that. You're just metagaming, dude.
It's an interesting point.
Yeah,
I'm
let's go
gonna head
check
this
out that
way.
water. Here, Orvex, you
Oh,
keep an
God.
eye on this rope, and if someone like opens through and tugs on it, you yank him. You yank him over.
No,
So you
Philippe
give-
said
We're
the
gonna go
rope
look
was
at this
seven.
water.
Philippe said the rope
Yeah,
was
I
seven.
know, but if
dude.
they
Like, there's
open
no-
it and need to get pulled through quickly, then he might as well be there checking it out.
He says, okay, I'll hold on to the rope.
All right, yeah, you just be the messenger. Or, like, let us know if anything interesting happens over there. We're gonna check out this puddle.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, we
cool.
go over towards the puddle.
Okay, you go.
Oh,
over
I
towards the
hate
puddle.
this goo.
I want to stop before we get to the edge of the water. I don't know if we can see it. I don't know how far
I
the water
bump into
goes.
him from behind.
Is the water? Well, I mean, yeah.
Let me show
Oh, I
you
gotta
what you
hang
see.
on. Walk through water with weapon. Okay, so I make sure I draw my rapier before I walk through the water.
Okay, you're holding a rapier.
Yeah.
What you see from here is what
open
appears
that,
to
shouldn't I?
be another crawl space, roughly there. Wait, roughly there, and
Cool.
just still puddle on the ground still, because you're not
Yeah,
you're
I
not
mean,
really
I'm
far
gonna-
enough.
Well, now that I've drawn my weapon, I'm going to take a step into the water and
Okay.
well, just a step into the water and
Let's
see
see
if
what
anything
we
happens
can
immediately.
see. Okay, let me describe for y'all. What you see are, again, still puddles of water cover the floor of this 15-foot wide hallway. The walls are slick with moisture and set with murals showing animal-headed humanoids in armor, most of which appear to brandish real weapons hanging on the walls. A 3-foot high crawlway in the... Sorry, am I getting my east and
East?
west confused? Yes, thank you. It is flush with the floor. At the far end of the hall, you notice a rippling, transparent curtain of water fills the stone archway. Beyond the curtain, you can see what looks like another hallway that looks very similar.
Oh,
Huh.
I bet there's a secret grotto behind that waterfall.
All
That's
right.
what we gotta
Well,
walk through with our
you said-
weapon, right?
well, you just said that these murals have real weapons. They're holding onto real weapons, as in the murals have actual weapons that we could take off the wall.
Yeah, it's quite unusual. The weapons are real and they're like attached to the wall with these little hooks.
Okay.
As
What
though-
are the hooks? As in, are they easy to detach?
You can remove the weapons from the hooks, you presume. They look to be, what's the word? Decorative rather than trying to keep them on the wall.
Yeah. Okay. So naturally, then dodge action.
Nice.
I want to have a
Good.
look at these murals and see if like what the. Basically, I'm looking for. I'm trying to work out if I can grab any of these weapons, or
Okay.
if I'm gonna want a particular weapon.
Let me
So-
describe to you the murals and how they interact with the weapons.
I can tell you roughly what
which
I'm
Yeah.
one-
Where are
help.
these as well? Are they
Yeah, I will describe thusly.
sure?
I'm looking for something bird related. Ideally.
From south to north, you notice they're Omuan warriors, and they're as follows. The stork-headed males appear to be holding hand axes, and between the legs of these males is that crawl space you see east of you. Then jump north of that is lizard-headed females with maces. North of that is panther-headed males with blowguns. North of that is unarmed hawk-headed females. North of that is goat-headed males with sickles. North of that is frog-headed females with tridents. Now, the important thing to also mention is that the figures on the other side are just reflections of the same ones I just described on the east wall.
Okay. There were two birds there, which doesn't help
Hey,
a lot.
you should probably take a trident, dude.
No, I'm gonna grab one of
You're a
these.
frog. Ribbit.
You're an idiot. I grab one of these hand axes that the stork-looking dudes are carrying. I think you
Okay.
said it was stork.
I believe
Stork
that
is in the bird, I
yeah,
assume.
that is precisely correct. You are now holding a hand axe.
Brilliant. And I'm gonna. Yeah, no, you know what? I think I've cracked this one, lads. I'm gonna, with hand axe in one hand, rapier in the other. I'm gonna attempt to walk through this sheet of water.
Okay, as you step into the water, you feel an enormous wave hit you in the face. Make a strength saving throw.
Ah, my speciality.
Okay, with a 7, you take... I was really hoping that roll would be higher.
So was I.
You take 15 bludgeoning damage, and you're swept
Oh, that's
all the
not
way
bad.
to the end of the hall with such
Back
force
here.
that you fall prone.
Well, that wasn't it. Get back up to my feet.
Okay.
You hear Orvex down the end. Is everyone okay down there? That water that you definitely mentioned and didn't just see seems to be doing things.
Everything's fine, Orvex. Keep an eye on the rope.
Okay, so the animals were stork dudes with hand axe. I'm gonna write these down because
Yeah, I was like, looking
Okay,
for a
while
particular
you're
thing,
writing them
so-
down, Phlebe and Caesar, you don't really.
sorry, what were the rest?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Stork-headed males with hand axes are the ones closest to Scramble.
Yep.
Then
Yep.
lizard-headed females with maces north of that.
Yep.
Panther-headed males with blowguns.
Yep.
Unarmed hawk-headed females.
Yep.
Goat-headed males with sickles.
Ah, and goat-headed, nice.
Frog-headed females with tridents.
Two of those don't match up with the gods, which is what I was trying to look for.
So yeah, I think while you can ponder that, let's check back in with Caesar and Phlebe and see if they would like to do anything.
So I'm back at this grate. It's metal, right?
It appears to be made of metal, yes.
I call out to behind the grate to presumably Jex and Scramble, even though I don't know that they've wandered off.
Buggered off.
So, make sure your weapons are stowed if you're there.
Okay, why? You hear Orvex say.
Without even like listening to his response, I take the shield from underneath my shirt and bop it on the metal grate.
Nice.
Oh,
You
nice.
turn the barrier to rust. And, sorry, particles of rust, so it is no longer there.
Yep,
Nice.
cool. And I move up to the other entrance and.
Got a smart boy remembering what items he has.
Well, I did at the beginning of the session, didn't I? And say, "Hey, Ulvex, where's the others gone?"
You see Orvex looks down at the rope he's holding,
We're
looks,
just around here, dude.
looks at you with no rope around you, looks back at the rope and pulls on it and says, oh, they're just down the other way there, eastward.
There's a water slide.
Oh my
Oh.
god, a water slide. But
Yeah, it's loads of fun. I say, like, nursing a bruise.
And Orvex
I mean,
says,
it's presuming if you go in without trying to resist it, you'll be pushed away before it really hurts.
well, I'm gonna go back to the other end because we hadn't actually
Yeah. Okay.
figured out all that. So, but give us a shout if people start dying, I guess.
No. We should look at the same thing. If this is open and there's not a guillotine in the middle of this tiny crawl space of
You can think about the solution
claustrophobia.
of the other one whilst we have a look at the other one.
oh, I mean,
Nah,
I don't
nah,
think
'cause
Caesar
something's
had
gonna try and
said
kill
that
us
he'd
all.
gotten rid of
That's
the
fair.
barrier yet, had he?
No, okay, I'm still over here talking about the water slide. I tell Caesar there's a water slide.
I say loudly to Orvex, "Oh, so I used the shields to get rid of the metal grate that was blocking the path."
Oh, you used the shield to get rid of the metal barrier? Well done, Caesar.
Yes, the
I poke
shield.
my head around. What's on the other side?
A hole and some more algae stuff. He's
Ugh.
currently looking down another hole. There's lots of holes over there.
Well, which side do we want to check out first? Because we should, if there's not a cheese slicer in the middle of a.
Well, let me go check with Phlebe, and I'll get back to you.
in the middle of a squeezy tube.
Squeezy tube.
I'm gonna squeeze myself around again. What's the sitch, Phlebe?
So we've got a thing down here that has a 50-foot drop. And I suppose in the meantime, maybe I shuffled over this way to see what the light was.
Okay.
I don't know how long period of time has happened.
I'd say sufficient time to shuffle to the end of the corridor, certainly.
Cool.
Okay, you see the same thing I believe I described earlier. Yeah, the walls of the tunnel that you just walked through slope inward. As they get to the top, you see patches of mold clinging to the floor. Cut into the floor at the west end, where you now are, is a 3-foot wide, roughly 4-foot long rectangular hole with bright light spilling out of it.
I somehow feel something's meant to go here.
Elvex says, what? To Jax.
I don't know, man.
Just making weird noises.
Okay.
he's looking at these animals, like feels like he's got something for a moment, like exclaims, and then is like, wait, no.
Ulvex, by the way, is still holding the rope that is attached to nothing, thinking that it's really important.
What are Tweedledee and Tweedledum doing?
Okay.
They're getting beaten up by a waterfall.
Oh gods. Okay, and I sort of rush towards the hole, which I assume just has Caesar's head sticking out of it.
All right, but he's Tweedledum.
All right, let's go this
So
way.
I rush towards the hole. I go on my hands and knees, and Caesar sort of backs up down the hole as I'm crawling in front of him.
Okay, so I'm going to. Sorry, you still want to? No, you're running over here. Okay, well, before they get here, I want there to be a scene, so we'll see if anything happens. Okay, so I'm going to whistle my shield into action.
Okay.
So it flies around.
Step to the
I'm going
side
to
for when
grab.
you get
I don't know
knocked
what
backwards.
do I want to grab. Let's be the goat. I'll grab a sickle.
Mm-hmm.
So I got that, and I got a wooden stick in the other. Shall I lead up?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna
You
have
might
the.
want to try putting that away. Like, just keep the sickle, I wonder.
Yeah, I'll put. Okay,
Up to you. Because I went with both drawn and I got knocked
I'll have
back.
the thingy, the stuff on my thing. But anyway, the shield. I'm gonna have the shield hover directly above me.
Mm-hmm.
If this is water coming down.
Well, it seems to be water just hovering. It's not a waterfall. It's literally water that is magically held in place.
Well, I'll have the shield start moving through first, then, as I go through.
Okay, but you are also walking through?
I'm also walking through with
Okay.
a sickle. Yeah, the goats
as the
appealed to me for some reason.
As the shield and the first half of your body goes through, you feel the water resist you suddenly and envelop you in an enormous tidal wave. Make a strength saving throw.
It didn't do anything different. Okay, a strength saving throw.
Ooh, with a 13, you feel the
Man,
water.
that's a good roll.
The water push you and bludgeon you down back to where Scramble is, taking 15 bludgeoning damage.
Well,
Glad I
that
stepped
seems
out of the
pretty
way.
consistent, and I just walk away.
He was testing the consistency of the dungeon.
I'm gonna look down this hole.
Okay. Through the hole, you see more tunnel curving off to the right. And it's roughly crawl space wide. Whatever is required for you to crawl through that space, that is the width of that space.
It is exactly wide enough to get everyone to have to
You actually
crawl through it.
I
notice the
suppose
walls
it's not
change.
that bad for me. If
Depending on who's in
Yeah,
it. They're slightly
exactly.
wider for Caesar, slightly narrower for
Exactly.
Scramble,
You
know?
could not even believe
oh, it's
your eyes.
swallowing you. It's an esophagus.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's probably the nicer end to think about.
All right. Well, let's pick one way or another, and then just brute force it together.
I presume me and Fleeb and Ulvex arrive as you get bashed against the side of the wall.
Yes, I'll say that happens. And also, Jax, you have, I believe, you got rid of Wongo and you have Ubalaka in your head. Is that right?
I thought I had both. I didn't.
Oh no, no, you definitely can't have. I don't think so.
You have the things of Wongo and Ubalaka.
You have their handouts, but I'm pretty sure I described it as being one of them pushed the other one out. Yeah.
You
I
picked
think
up
it
Wongo
sounded
first and Ubalaka
Yeah,
second.
no, I definitely picked up Wongo first. I just had no idea that one of them, because I think you had me roll for them, but I don't think there was any description of me losing one. So I've been acting on both of them ever since.
That's okay. I kind of like the idea of both, but
I'm okay with losing one, but
I think it's like
yeah.
I mean, that could be
I just
fun. I just
didn't know what
honestly
happened.
can't remember how I described it, because I would have described it as one like fighting with another. Anyway, we'll see.
Schizophrenic,
I
right?
think
I think Obalaka
you
fought
maybe
to
did.
get in, but I don't think there was any description of Wongo being forced out.
Okay, yeah, that's probably
their
my
traits-
mistake.
Counteract
No,
each
fine.
other or do they complement?
No, they don't complement, and they don't
Counteract.
directly oppose.
Either way, you hear. I'll deal with that later, basically, because it's
Okay,
not going to be
sure.
an issue for the moment. You hear Ubalaka's.
Yeah, having just one.
Mid fight, an ape just gets expunged out of
Yeah,
Jex's
to be-
ear.
Having just
Hey,
one of
Wongo.
them would make things so much easier.
Okay, in that case, let's make this a decision point because it'll be kind of funny. You hear Ubalaka's tentative voice in your head say, "Down that passageway, I think it's safe. I don't know. I think that reminds me of a place to hide." And then you hear Wongo's voice in the back of your head say, fuck that. Take those weapons and kill everyone." And you have to decide which one you want to do.
Okay, I mean, but I'm free to think my own way about this.
Yes, I will
Yeah?
say based
Like,
on
if
this
they're not-
based on this decision point
Yeah.
I've just invented, you get to basically choose which way you want to go, and then that will cause the other one, I'll say, to be so disgusted
Yeah,
by your
yeah.
behavior that it leaves.
Good. I start silently, like without a word to the others. I just start like hustling through here, and I'm just like, "Fuck you, Wongo!" really loudly.
Okay.
I sort of like, as Fleeb sort of wanders up and he sees Jex squeeze himself into a hole and going like, well, he's changed his tone and he also hasn't turned himself into a snake, so who knows what's
I
happened
thought
there.
he was really pro Wongo. What's going on there?
Well, do you want to follow him as we see his sort of behind sort of wriggle its way out of the? Well, he's gone.
You see this weird shadow of a ape rush out of the tunnel and run through the bodies of Scramble, Caesar, and Fleeb, entering the solid wall behind you, and it makes like a "ooh, ah!" sound as it just goes through you like Ghostbusters style.
Hey, Wongo,
oh.
what? Tell us. No, he's gone.
I somehow feel that whatever information Wongo is going to provide you is more useful to Wongo.
I mean, I'm down the tunnel.
You are
He's gone.
indeed, and you see more tunnel followed by a
You told
very
me this was
small
safe.
space.
Well, no time like the present. Caesar, if you don't mind, I'm going to go first this time.
Okay.
Hoists up skirt, dives into hole.
Nice.
I come to the side of Scramble and go, so what's the deal with this waterfall?
It keeps knocking us back. We keep picking up the weapons, like the inscription said, walk through water with weapon in hand, but apparently, nah, not a fan. We tried and that one. I pointed at the two weapons that we've tried so far.
Which ones have you done?
The Stalky hand axe and the
Fleeb
goatee
reverses.
Fleebs gets like puzzle.
There's a puzzle.
sickle. Yeah, we tried this one. I tried this one with my rapier in hand as well.
So did they all have weapons?
Yes,
what do you mean?
all the depictions have weapons as described earlier.
Yeah.
So,
They-
okay,
apart
But
from
so-
the
method of
unarmed.
information, I heard you say that one of them was unarmed.
Yeah, one of them was the Hulk female.
Oh, sorry. You're right. All of them except the one I said is unarmed is armed.
Okay. I've got the idea that maybe you need to give that particular unarmed mural a weapon. So they're all armed and then walk through it. I don't know.
I've heard of worse ideas.
Yeah. I've heard
I
of
sort,
worse ideas.
I sort of look about myself and realise that I don't own any weapons.
Hey, Jax, you still got that sickle?
Actually, wait a minute. So, like, I sort of realised, I have the staff of the Python. And sort of like go,
What?
pop
I mean, I
it,
can give it my stepladder.
pop it in one of the hands.
So you're popping it in the hand of the unarmed, hawk-headed females. Am I understanding
Yep.
correctly? Okay. Just
Yep.
as you reach towards the wall, I'm going to cut dramatically to Jax. Jax, you hear in your voice the tentative voice of Ubalaka say, "Ah, yes, I remembered. I sense forgetfulness here. I sense nothing. This might be safety."
Thanks, dude. And what was the deal with Wongo back here?
He was previously suppressed by my incredibly forceful personality, and he could take it no longer.
Oh, nice one, man. So, is it safe down further or just in here?
No. I only sense it here.
Well, thanks, man. You're a pretty neat guy.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna just spend a
James.
minute in here chilling out and like playing some music for him,
Sweet.
for Obalaka.
Let's cut back to Fleeb. As you go,
Singing about a battle between Obalaka and Wongo.
as you put the staff of the serpent, was it,
Yes, Python.
onto the image of the unarmed hawk-headed females, you notice that it goes straight through the hooks and clatters to the ground.
Booyah!
So either it's a specific weapon, or that's not it.
But it's
Are these?
what step?
What's the order of the weapons?
It is on the very southernmost part of the wall, next to the crawl space, or above the crawl space. Stork-headed males with hand axes. North of them is lizard-headed females with maces. North of them is panther-headed males with blowguns. North of that, the space you just interacted with, is unarmed hawk-headed females. And north of that is goat-headed males with sickles. And finally, frog-headed females with tridents is the most northern one of this section.
Okay. So the most, I don't know, wet of all of these weapons is the trident, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so, like, you've tried the one at the front,
Yeah.
and you've tried a random one. You tried the
Well,
sickle, which is like penultimate. Have you tried going? You've gone forwards, haven't you?
Going what now?
You've always walked. You've walked forwards through the water.
Yeah. What?
Maybe you need to like be facing the same way as the people that the procession that went through.
Wait, which way are they facing? I thought they
Well,
were.
they're hieroglyphics, so they're facing away from the wall.
So they're
Oh,
facing
it's-
south.
Well, no, they're facing each
east
other.
or west, right?
They're
Depending on
facing
which
east and
wall you're
west, looking at the mirror image of themselves
Yeah,
on the
looking
other side.
into the wall.
So it's like a front-on picture.
Oh, so they're
Yeah.
right. Okay, so they're right. Okay, cool. So they're
Full front.
looking that way and that way. Oh, I've drawn it in the darkness.
Well, can I inspect these? You put a staff through the unarmed ones. They had hooks, but the staff just clattered through the hooks. So can we inspect these hooks to see if they're real or just illusions?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Investigation. Like I will
Also-
just move my hand through them if the worst comes to the worst.
Okay, with a 15, you feel confident that you can move your hand, and rather than hitting wall, you find a small niche.
Oh,
Ah,
interesting.
but
What's
that'd
in
also
here,
do
then?
it.
I will attempt to step through if that's something that I need to do.
You step through. It appears to contain a plinth bearing a small spherical crystal about 1 inch in diameter, and it's got a pale purpley sort of color to it.
Okay. How big is this thing? 'Cause, like
1
it fits in my
inch
hand.
in diameter, yeah.
Oh, very small. Okay. Sure. Let me just check the rubbings.
The rubbings. You hear Orvex in the distance say, "What did I hear about rubbings?"
Don't worry about it, dude. I got this.
Okay, I've still got the rope.
You
I
might
sort
wanna get-
of look around the corner and be like, just come over here with the rope.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna pick up this purpley
You saw
crystal.
all of us walk past him.
Yeah,
He's the
Loyal to
NPC
a
which we have indeed told to wait, and he's doing so diligently.
loyal to a fault. I am gonna pick up this purpley crystal then.
Okay, you pick it up. You can
And-
write in your inventory purple crystal sphere.
Make a death save.
I'll do it if I have to.
Just skip the entire mechanics of the game, go straight to death saves.
I'll bring it back out with me and like show it to Fleeb. I guess he sort of knows things about weird objects.
Okay, do I just know what it is by sight?
You don't immediately recognize it as, oh, it's one of the blah blah. You just see
Okay.
a crystal sphere that's purple.
Cool. Basic arcane check to see if it's just in general magical.
Okay, go for it. You hear Jex humming to himself as he crawls out of the nearby crawl space.
Not fully out. I just poke my head out and say, "Psst, Kai, shh, psst, pretty good back here."
Okay, before we address that, Fleeb, your 16 Arcana check reveals that it does indeed have the invisible yet arcane markings that indicate that it has been enchanted in some way, but it doesn't. It's very dim. Imagine it was a light bulb. It's a very dim light bulb.
Okay, well, it's a tiny bit magical. Give me right.
I think this counts as the weapon toss it up and catch it a couple times.
Sort of like
casually stuff.
Should we go? I sort of like look towards Jex. Are you all right in there?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, dude. What happened?
I'm gonna look side to side.
Thought you were a big fan.
I'm gonna do a minor illusion just so that there's a wall in front of me, and then I'm gonna just like step out and drop it.
And
drop what?
And drop the illusion.
The fake wall of the illusion.
Okay, make a performance check.
I just want nothing to. Yeah, I want to see me something to see me actually go through.
Oh wow! With a 28, you're suddenly blown away. Everyone standing, other than Jax, by the immense grandiosity of this entrance.
Well, I mean, you look like an idiot, but a fancy as hell idiot.
It's like, shh. I'm doing fully hand gestures. I'm going to point to this. I point to the hole. I put my finger to my lips and give a thumbs up.
You know.
So let's look at this water
quiet.
thing. Let's look at this water thing.
What?
Anyway, sorry, Fleeb, you were saying something about this purple orb, which I like throw up, but like toss up casually and catching it.
Give me 10 minutes.
10 minutes? What
Yes.
are you going to do for 10 minutes?
We should go check
Well,
out that.
there's a lot of
hole
water
that
sliding
Jex
going
is.
on.
Yeah, but like, can I try and walk through with this? Or, I mean, you need this for 10 minutes, is what you're saying. I understand what's going on here. All right, you do your thing. I'll
Right.
entertain the guests. And Fleeb the Orbed one.
Phlebe spends 10 minutes ritual casting Identify.
Sweet. All right, everyone can give me a quick snippet of what you do during that time.
Ooh, if he's doing a ritual, I'm going to do a ritual too.
Okay.
I'm going to telepathic bond us.
All of you?
All of us together.
Oh, nice.
And when you say about Wongo, yeah, you said, what happened with Wongo? I'm like, yeah, Wongo was an asshole, man. Turns out Wongo was a real dick.
Well, that's a real 180 you've done there.
Yeah, he didn't give a crap about anyone.
Oh, I'd like
I
to...
thought he was just a party ape, but no, he was just a dick.
Dickhead.
All right. I've got two things to do. First things first, I go up to Caesar and be like, hey, I reckon if you run really fast at that sheet of water, you'll just go straight through.
I probably walk up the side.
Okay,
of the water.
so found noon. It's like, yeah, Wongo's a dick. Caesar.
He's
Ah,
an
good
idiot,
idea.
apparently.
Good idea.
Like, you don't, I mean, you know, the choice is yours. I'm just saying, it might be worth trying.
Oh, and I'm like, dude, if you're gonna do that, make sure you slide on your belly as you go through, because that'll be awesome.
No, like, what? No,
Okay.
What
Yeah,
Caesar's gonna
do
do?
that.
What Caesar's
Caesar's
gonna
gonna
do
do.
is that he's gonna sprint towards the water, but stop. But make the other guys think that he's actually going to try and go through it. But
But
what I
then you
really
just
wanna
stop.
Okay, make
Yeah,
But wait, is the
then I
floor
just stop.
slippery here? Because that would be hilarious.
it's
You
Okay.
accidentally slide
it's
in.
as
He is
slippery
gonna
as a
leg it.
puddle. I mean, but he's a monk. He can like walk on walls. I don't think he's
he
gonna
can
like
walk on
slip
water while
easily.
He's running, yeah.
So make a deception check, and while you do that, Caesar, I will reveal, Fleeb, that you identify this as no other name, but something in your mind says it's called a crystal eye. And you feel inherently that it has a very limited function, and it acts as a kind of key, and it is only one part of the key. Those are the things you gather. You feel like this is one of many.
Okay.
And Caesar, you very obviously go, whoop, whoop, oh, I almost fell in there. And you don't really trick anyone
No.
Don't get
with
flung
a 3
backwards.
deception.
Like, dude, why aren't you trying it? What are
Yeah,
you doing?
like we got flung backwards, dude. You just
I wanna
stopped
see-
for some reason.
Can you see through this water into the thing that's past it?
You can see like you could, looking through the wave at the beach, a wave at the beach, and you notice a very similar looking, what's the word, chamber on the other side. It looks almost exactly the same.
Oh, I actually have something I do want to do with the 10 minutes we've got, though.
Cool,
I
go
would
for it.
have a look at the necklace that I picked up when Papazotl turned up.
Holy moly. When the
I realized
hell?
that, like...
I swear I already showed that to you, didn't I?
You've shown me Papazotl's jam, but you haven't shown me anything about the necklace itself. And I don't know
Oh, right,
if that...
because you
I
haven't. Yeah, you
put
haven't.
it
We
on
haven't
or
had
anything.
time to attune it to
Yeah, I
anything.
haven't had time to
yeah.
do anything. So, like, I've got 10 minutes. I might as well have a look and see what I can ascertain in 10 minutes. If that's... it doesn't have to happen right now, but, like, that is on my mind.
I'll just go grab that piece of information, and Fleeb, you can tell the group what you learned if you like, or do whatever it is you guys want to do.
So this is effectively like a magical key. So at some point we're going to find, I don't know, a magical chest or a magical door or portal or something that's going to require many of these. This is just one of many.
Do you want me to keep it in the bag just so it doesn't do any weird magic while we're doing stuff?
How many? I sort of like go. I have no objection to it going in the bag. How many things are in that bag?
Would you like the full list?
The answer to that is
Please.
in text form, yes. If you could hand me the itinerary.
Did we
Not
leave
the
the
itinerary.
puzzle cubes behind, just to be clear?
I
at
believe
the
they
door.
were
We left them
absorbed
in the-
by the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we were forced to.
Then let me take them off the list. This is everything in the bag of holding.
Okay,
Have you
I believe
shoved
that
that?
was
Where
Papzotl's
have you shoved
tomb,
that? Oh,
wasn't
you've
it,
shoved
Eddie?
that in the,
Wasn't it Scramble?
Sorry, say again?
That's really
It was
interesting.
Papzotl's area that you got the amulet from.
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
All right. Given that you've spent
Papzotl's.
a sufficient amount of time with it, because it's been a little while, it's been a couple of long rests duration, I'm going to say, you feel a connection with it and you understand
rested that long.
its nature. So I will share it with you now.
Yeah,
Okay.
this 10 minutes is the first rest we've had, I think, since he got it. But...
Sweet.
so
Yeah, I mean,
this
yeah. Exactly. Let's say that.
Yeah.
That's it.
The first
I
brief
assume
amount
that
of
is
peace.
this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it looks fly as hell.
Radical.
I'm wearing a gold chain, boys.
Me too.
Okay,
High
less
five.
radical.
Nice. High five.
I've got the one that we took from outside of this place that like showed us the way in with the eye on it.
Oh yeah, nice. Oh man, we look sick as hell.
I cheers you with my cheers tankard with its smiley face full of beer.
Oh, you have a tankard that. Oh yeah, it smiles when you put
Smiles
beer in
when
it.
it's full
That's
of
the
alcohol,
best
yeah.
magic item ever.
Oh man, this is.
Right.
This is okay. Cool. Do I
So
just
what
know
was this
this?
thing called? This was a key, an eye key,
Sorry.
eye key orb.
It was a crystal eye, is what Fleeb told you, and it acts as a key, but you don't know much else beyond that. Scramble,
eye.
you know the nature of the amulet because you've spent a sufficient amount of time with it that you just like getting to know a friend rather than casting the identify spell in 10 minutes. It's taken you however long since you picked it up to figure this out.
10 minutes.
Well, you know, I've been holding on to it since we picked it up. It's been maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
I don't know. how long.
You guys do
Been
an
a couple of
awful
sessions.
lot of fucking around, so I'm sure a longer
do.
time has elapsed than 10 minutes.
That is true. We do a lot of
Okay.
fucking around.
Are we all psychically linked now?
Yes, if you can give me the text of it just so I can refresh
Yeah.
myself on what that does.
Yep.
How long does attunement take, by the way?
Attunement
a
takes
short
a short
rest, at least.
So that's an hour, approximately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forge a telepathic
Cool.
link. Up to 8 willing creatures of your choice within range, psychically linking each creature to all others for the duration. Duration being 1 hour. Creatures with the intelligence scores of 2 or less aren't affected. You see, Orvex has no idea what you know. I'm just kidding. Until the spell ends, the targets can communicate telepathically through the bond, whether or not they have a common language. The communication is possible at any distance, though it can't extend to other planes of existence. Cool. Thank you for the description.
So I am gonna speak in their minds and be like, okay, so dudes, down there. Okay, so what happened was Obolaka and Wonga were like battling it out in me apparently for like the last a few hours, and Obolaka, like, I don't know, maybe he pretended he lost or something and came up with a plan, and Wongo forgot about him. Anyway, Wongo's out of here. Wongo. Paul casts an unnamed spell at me just to try and stop me describing it.
A flash of
Yeah, I mean,
sparks
we saw
filled the
him just like
space.
run.
It wasn't Fleeb either, it was literally Paul. Anyway, Wongo's gone. He was an ass. Like, he made me a worse person. But down there, Obolaka told me that place is safe. Like, maybe the people in this who made this place forgot about it or something. So let's try and keep it hidden. Maybe not go through it when the eyes are watching. We can like put up illusions if we want to go in there. And yeah, it might be safe.
So that's why you made a grand entrance through an
I didn't want
No.
something seeing me coming out and be like, there's something good down there that they want.
But was there?
But there
anything
isn't
down
any
there that they
purple.
want?
I mean, the closest purple gun is the other side of the water, right?
Yeah, but it has eyes that might be able to see us.
Yeah.
I don't know what that thing is. It thinks. It thinks, dude.
Yeah, but like you think, and
Yeah, but I'm not a
in
creep.
score.
Hey. But I'm not a creepy purple goo. Like, how often do you have jam that thinks at you?
What's jam?
Well, one. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Anyway, let's look at this water puzzle for now, because we can go in there when we have to. We'll just go in carefully.
All right.
Man, feels good to be able to communicate telepathically instead of having to talk in front of this goo and who knows what else.
So, well, we've got like as a bare minimum, we have 3 other weapons to go, just by trial and error.
Yeah.
How is everyone for health, by the way? Because I can't see your numbers.
Okay.
I'm healthy.
Okay, cool. Okay, who hasn't gone through? Everyone take a weapon. Maybe not you, Fleeb.
Fleeb doesn't need telling twice. Steps around the corner.
Okay, Caesar, you wanna...
Which one am I closer to?
You got nothing else. Just maybe go in with your own weapon. You got your ladder.
You're close to a trident, I think.
Okay. I guess I pick up the trident from the wall and jab the water with the trident first, and then walk through.
Okay, you jab the water, nothing happens. You walk
How
through,
much damage do you do to the?
Yeah, I want...
and you see the other side. You walk through uninjured.
Easy.
And I'm like doing a whole show of how smart I am, basically. Yeah, see, I told him to do that. I figured it out. He had to use his own weapon. Strumming my tune and
He didn't use his own weapon. He picked up a trident.
I
What do
forgot.
you-
Yeah, he had to use the
Trident,
trident. I solved that
obvious.
one.
The obvious water weapon, right?
Yeah, I told him to do that. Look at that. Great.
Yeah, I think Fleeb said that like 10 minutes, like before we had the 10-minute rest.
No, look. Well, I wasn't there. I wasn't there when he said that.
To be fair, Jax was the one who said it first when Scramble and
Yeah.
Jax first walked into the chamber.
Yeah,
didn't
but
act
like,
But you
on
didn't
it.
act on it.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
there was one with a goat, and I wanted the goat one. And I waved the
What?
goat stick around.
yeah, that basically counts as him not saying it.
What's happened with the
with the what?
water then? Is it still there?
The water is still there. You just step through safely, and I can describe the chamber that you see if you like.
Okay.
Cool. So from south to north, so where you are and then north of you, is frog-headed females with tridents on the wall. Then north of them, goat-headed males with sickles. Then unarmed hawk-headed females. Then panther-headed males with blowguns. Lizard-headed females with maces. And stork-headed males with hand axes.
So it's a natural reflection.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you also notice in this room is another crawl space that you can just see a little bit of from where you're standing, and then another corridor leading off to the west on the other side.
Hey, Scramble, you want to see if something works?
I mean, I want to go through with a trident.
Yeah, let's both hold the trident and go through at the same time and see if it lets us both through.
What trident? I've got the trident.
There's 2, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
no,
one
might
on
be more
each
than
side.
two.
Like,
One.
So I grab the other one.
Oh, okay.
no,
What?
I mean,
Both of
sorry,
them
there'd be
back.
4.
No, there's 2
in
on each
total,
side.
So
Oh, there's
Oh,
2,
right, yeah.
because there's
There's
copies
like
of
one-
them on
yeah.
either side.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I can still do that. And
You can still
have-
grab all of them and bring 3 through.
Cool. So Caesar grabs the ones from the walls beside him. Is
and
that what you
walk
said?
through again if I can, yeah.
Okay, you walk through safely, holding 3 tridents awkwardly.
Hey, good thinking, Caesar.
One of them scrapes along the ground.
And all of the tridents.
I turned to Jex like, no need to try that anymore.
Well, there's 4 of them and 5 of us.
Oh.
You see Orvex say, I probably don't need this rope anymore, right?
Well, fine, give it to me.
Okay, he hands it to you gently,
I pack the
reverently.
rope back away into my
Okay.
into my gear.
Change it to be like, I don't know, 37
49
feet
foot
of
rope.
rope or something.
You've tied it around Fleebs, you lose like
Yeah, a
few
couple of feet. Yeah.
How wasteful. We left.
Oh, so it's a couple of
rope.
30 feet rope we combined. Now I have a total of 58 feet of rope.
All right, sure. We can hold a trident and walk through together if you want.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. We grab one
We'll
trident between
stand
us.
side by side. We both hold the trident pointing forward at the waterfall.
Yep.
Cool. You
Let's go.
walk through, and
Step
you
through
walk
together.
through successfely. And then
Hey, high
Orvex
five.
grabs
Hey, high
one
five.
and walks through. Grabs one from Caesar. I assume he gives it up.
Yep.
Cool.
Not you, Orvex.
He's like, no, I'm keeping 2. So
You seen how wide I am? I gotta need 2 of these bad boys.
Yeah.
And then Fleeb stands cautiously at the curtain of water.
So we've got 4, right? So if I put one back onto its holder on the wall, there'll be one on this side just in case we need it.
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. Yeah, I mean, but then if you and Fleeb hold one,
The other
you
one.
need- yeah,
just
that
in case
should
we
be
want to
fine.
make it so that something can follow us through. That's fine.
Cool.
I mean,
yeah,
that's if they can solve the puzzle, but yeah.
you can do that.
Do that.
So that when one of us inevitably dies, our new character can still come through.
Yeah. I mean, we
True
can
metagaming.
keep all 4 of them that side if you want, but I just thought it.
No.
I'm down with that. Like, you're on that side, so unless Fleeb wants to object, I'm okay with you leaving.
No, I think keeping one on the other side. We don't know if we're going to end up coming round the other way for this thing and want to get back through this. So leaving one makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. Eh. We're all through.
Cool.
Nice.
You see the same reflection of the chamber that I described for Caesar.
Well, let's
Ooh.
have a
Was-
look around this corner. at
Wait,
least.
was there a hole
Don't
in the
hope so.
wall here?
Oh, good thought.
You might want to check on the reflection side.
Who checks what?
I mean, do you want or do you want me
Why
to?
need it?
No, I
What do
don't.
you
I
want
don't
about
think Jax doesn't know about it. I was reminding you as a
Oh,
player.
I
Oh,
didn't know
right.
about it, right.
Classic player reminder.
Oh, I guess he does. We did spend 10 minutes sitting there,
Just
with,
chilling.
examining the orb you got from the hole. So
Oh, yeah, I got it from the hole, so.
yeah,
Cool. So Scramble does.
sure, I'll have a look there.
Okay. You have a looky-loo. You go through or move your hand and notice that it is illusory. And on the inside, you see another niche. And this niche contains another crystal sphere, but this one is bright green.
Mm. I come out with the
Purple one and a
green.
green one.
Yeah, come out with the green one. I'm like, hey, Fleep, does this seem like the same thing?
I sort of glance over it. Yep.
Yes, it does indeed look like the same thing to
You
your
say yes before
arcane
checking
eye.
with the GM.
Seems likely, like a good
Well, it seems
guess.
likely, like as far as Fleeb is concerned, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Fleeb can be wrong.
Yeah, Fleep can be as confident and uninformed as he wants to be.
Exactly.
All right, I put it in a bag.
Okay, so you can add to your inventory. You've only got 2, or did you find another one
We've
somewhere?
got 2.
Okay, just 2. All right, cool.
No, we've got a couple of skeleton shape heads. as well, but those are
We had a
different.
couple. No, so we got a couple of skeleton-shaped heads. We have. What else do we have? We have a perigot gemstone, a diamond, 2 eyeballs, a blue and a purple one.
Oh.
Interesting. What, are they described as eyeballs or crystal eyeballs?
2. Well, probably crystal eyeballs. I've just written down in my notes 2 eyeballs.
I think
Okay.
they were crystal. They were in the. Was that the dead dwarf that had
In
all
the
the
boat room,
gems?
wasn't it? The golden boat room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's say that they are eyeballs until we remember otherwise. Because, I mean, you did describe them as crystal eyeballs, and they're roughly the right size. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
And then I start juggling with the 2 crystals, and the pyramid head as well,
Okay.
and the cube head.
Make a sleight of hand check.
Not performance. Oh no.
Well,
fine.
it's kind of not. It's not just stage presence. Ooh, 19 sleight of hand. You juggle expertly.
Da, 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 and then I catch them all I throw them up real high and catch them one by one in the back.
You see Orvex clap.
I flash him a wink and then turn around and move on.
Brava.
Okay. So, Scramble, have you looked down? I assume Scramble kind of looks down the corridor as he's moved up.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the plan.
He does. He sees a corridor and some more purple algae with 1 or 2 eye stalks gazing.
Oh, but the corridor doesn't go as far as.
This
the
little
mirror.
tunnel here.
Yeah.
Does Obalaka doesn't have anything to say, or does he?
You don't hear Obalaka's consciousness say anything.
Sure.
You notice as you look in, it is a tunnel and it curves off to the left.
Another tunnel here.
Well, I'm gonna have a look down this corridor because this is different. So I'm gonna step up.
Okay, cool. Sorry, 1 second. I've got to
That's okay.
scroll.
Plenty going on.
There we go. There we go. All right. What
Yep.
you see
Oh, you
is
take
a tunnel.
300 bludgeoning damage. Oh.
You see a tunnel, and you see a little exit to the tunnel off to the right, about 20 feet ahead of you. And then you see the tunnel at the end of the corridor curves to the left.
Okay. I wanted just to keep exploring until something happens. People can follow me if they want.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Try
I'm
and
very
find
happy to
something
keep
exciting.
following.
I'll stick behind you.
cool.
Quick note about
Season
standing
ahead of me.
orders.
Mm-hmm.
Standing order.
You
mean like
I
banks?
guess- I'm gonna just basically my animated shield. Whenever it comes back to me, I'm gonna make it fly again, and keep my. Can I shillelagh Jalula?
I will say, give me the text of Shillelagh, and I will give it a
Sure.
What's the word? Broad interpretation to see how that goes.
Oh, Shalula.
What
Cholula is
Oh,
my
I
fiddle.
remember Shalula. I went through the old episodes to try to find the right point to do a recap, and I remember Shalula.
Where's shillelagh? Here it is.
Okay, the wood of a club or quarterstaff your holding is imbued with nature's power. Technically, yeah, you could use a violin as a club, so I'm going to say yes, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna keep Jalula shillelaghed up for the time being.
Nice, okay.
It's like a cantrip.
It is.
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, nice.
bonus action as well, so I can.
Scramble, you see a door to the east of you, just halfway down the tunnel you just walked down.
Just a regular looking door.
It does seem incredibly regular.
Alright. I'm gonna give it a gentle push, like I'm expecting the door to open.
Okay. It opens. And
Brilliant.
inside you see what I
The
will-
classic regular door move.
classic door handling. What you see is, I will
hello.
describe. It is a small room, about 15 feet on each side, and in the middle is a plinth and a bowl made of stone, holding a green, bubbling liquid. But more disturbingly than that, you see the back of a shadowy figure that looks incredibly like your back, just standing facing the eastern side of this room, so facing away from you.
Hey,
I lean in and I'm just like,
carefully reach your
Yeah.
hand backwards, like to be like, stop to these guys.
wait,
Okay.
is there? Okay, yeah, sorry.
You notice the figure in front of you reaches its hand back towards you as if telling you to stop.
There's something.
I lower my hand back down.
It lowers its hand.
I whispered to you telepathically, like, we talked about this. We thought this was gonna come up. When we saw the plaque, this was one of the ones we guessed might be.
Slake your shadow at the font.
Yeah, we said you're gonna have to make your shadow pretend to drink.
Oh. Right.
I see. Oh man, my mind is racing. I have two thoughts. Two very, very conflicting thoughts. It's facing the same direction that I am, so I can see its back.
Accurate.
What's it's here sort of thing. Hang on, can I copy my own token to like show?
You can, but it'll be very confusing. Just do like an X
Okay,
or
fair
something.
Is it where's box shape? It's in this square, presumably.
Yes, it is.
So if I attempted to make it take a step forward, it would walk into the wall.
You don't know. You could try.
I'm gonna take a step into the room and see what it does.
Okay. You see it moves through the door in front of you and disappears.
I take a step back.
It reappears.
Okay, less nervous now. All right, I take stock of where this water is.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around.
Mm-hmm.
like and telepathy whisper, like, if he looks any different from me, if his face is all fucked up, maybe don't tell me.
Yeah, you turn around and it's Boo from Super Mario, and he laughs and starts chasing you.
So
And I'm gonna,
wait,
having
but
taken.
as you say that, you tell this to Jex, right? Who's poked his head around the corner
I'm
to see what's
like
going on.
using the telepathic link, so if everybody hears it, that's also fine.
Okay, but
I
is
don't know if
anyone
it's
is anyone
specific to
looking?
Jex
Is my
or-
question. Can anyone actually confirm what you're
Yeah,
asking?
I'll be looking. I'll be
Okay.
looking in.
You see the face of this creature, and it chills you to your very core. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, is this a fear effect?
Let me check. Yes.
Sweet, I have advantage on those because of being a halfling.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It was still a 10.
Ooh,
Ooh.
goodness gracious me.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, now
so
I'm nervous.
basically, you, oh gosh, you drop immediately unconscious to 0 hit points.
Good grief.
Minus 55.
Jex just falls on the ground.
I spin back around and like draw my rapier to see what's changed as a result of that.
Okay, you see the character thing in front of you is holding its arm crooked as if holding a weapon.
So it's back is to me. It's mirrored my movements.
Yes.
Sort of thing.
Yes. Just to make sure I'm being absolutely what's the word to the letter of the law here, Jex, your character has advantage on being frightened. It doesn't. It's not impossible to be frightened, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, sweet. All right, yeah, everything's good. Scramble, you saw your friend fall to the ground. Caesar, you've seen your friend fall to the ground, as has Orvex and Fleeb.
Pull Jex out of the doorway if he was there.
Okay, you pull him.
All right. Okay. Hang on. Does your telepathic bond, is that concentration or is it just?
No, it's not.
Okay, so we can still communicate with each other.
Dope.
What the hell's going on?
Don't
Grandma?
keep your eyes on me. Don't look around this corner.
Quick check. Am I dying or just on 0 and stable?
Just on 0 hit points, you are stable.
Okay.
But he is unconscious.
He's unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
In whatever happens realistically, I tell Caesar, you keep an eye on Scramble and I take Jex. But you just hand Jex to me and I effectively spend my turn checking that he's stable because we're not going to know by
I
sight.
have a healing potion from years ago.
An out-of-date healing potion.
Yeah.
They never expire, bro. I have one as well.
I gave you guys healing potions away because I was the only one with healing.
For this exact scenario.
Nice. Okay, so
So,
Caesar, you wanted to do
Yeah.
something with your healing potion you've discovered?
yeah, I'm just gonna pop the cap and give it to.
Okay.
Well,
Just because
feed
it'll
it
be
to Jack.
funny, while you're doing that, Fleep, give me a medicine check, because that's what you said you were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like the idea that these are happening simultaneously.
Flee. Medicine. Bam.
Okay.
You ain't skilled in this.
You rolled with disadvantage?
So I don't know why I rolled a disadvantage.
Okay.
That must be something I accidentally clicked. My mistake.
That's fine. 15. With a 15, you realize, oh wow, he's on the brink of death, but stable. Just as the health potion goes into his mouth, and he goes, oh, that's lucky. And then he comes back to however many hit points you rolled with your health potion.
It would be 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Roll
but
them, baby.
Anyone that wants to can.
Caesar gave them to me, so he can heal them.
Impressive.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, go for it.
You also, you're the only one I know that can remember the standard healing potion dice to roll off the top of their head. I
No,
always forget it.
it was written down.
Oh, okay, nice. Because you never know,
Five.
like, because it's the most basic one. But does it start at 1 or does it start at 2?
I think 2d4 plus 2 is the basic.
Yeah, no,
healing
I
potion.
believe you. I can just never remember. Okay, you
But- oh, yeah,
gasp
fair,
back
fair.
to life, and your mind is scarred with a visage of Scramble that
Do
you
I
never
remem-
thought
I
you'd
remember
see.
it.
You do, and it's
I wake
just
up screaming,
terrifying.
just like, ah!
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna grab a trident and run over here
Oh.
and put up an illusory wall across the opening here where all of the eyeballs are,
Mm-hmm.
and then scutter into here and just like fetal position.
Okay, you're
Okay,
not
so
technically
okay,
frightened anymore, but you are still traumatized.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on low health.
Yeah.
not in a safe place. I still have the vision of it. I'm just running for. I tell them with my mind link. I'm like, guys, that was really bad. I'm just gonna take a break.
All right. Don't come around this corner then, but do keep your eyes on me. I'm gonna try something.
I sort of tell Orvax to go and be with Jax.
Oh,
We've
that's
only
a good
got 2
idea.
tridents left.
Oh,
Jax took
balls.
one of our tridents, so sending Voice with one of the tridents means we have 1 left for 3 of us. I'm just gonna point that out.
Good thinking, that man. Oh, there we go.
If you could get him to bring 1 back through the waterfall, perhaps that might be sensible.
Yeah, okay. I don't feel we've got time for that, so I've already made that call, and I will think about that by the time that
That's
Orvex is
fine.
fucked off.
I'm hoping that
Get the
this
trident, we'd all be able to
isn't
hold
going to
on
be
it.
a problem. Apart from that specific instance, but as long as you don't come around this corner, I think I can solve this.
Cool.
I resheath my rapier, making sure this thing's still copying my actions.
It is, yeah.
I take stock of where this water fountain thing is again.
Mm-hmm.
Turn back around, turning away from it. No one's got eyes on it. I'm accepting that, and I'm gonna, having noted where this water thing is, bend down as if, I'm gonna try and make my this shadowy thing or whatever this thing is drink from the fountain because I've
Okay.
remembered where it is, and I'm
You
doing
hear
that in
a
reverse.
series of slurping sounds coming from 5 feet behind you. They continue. About 30 seconds later, they stop.
I'm gonna turn back around and see what's happened.
The illusion is gone. And you see that the font is empty, but you can't see inside of it from where you're standing.
Okay. I think I solved it. I'm gonna say in my head.
Nice.
Take a quick stock, make sure there's nowhere else to hide around this room as far as I can see, and then have a look take a step forward and look into this font.
In the bottom of the font, you see another crystal eyeball-looking thing, except it's incandescent orange.
Sure, I'll snatch it, and
Eddie's thinking like, lucky, I got the orange one.
I got the purple one as well. That
Yeah,
way.
you got the orange one though.
But I don't care. It's not that
Do-
big
do-
a deal.
do you want to write it down, or do you want...
Whoever's
are you-
keeping hold of them, I'm gonna hand it away to whoever's keeping hold.
I'll note it
Okay.
down for now, but it's not on me yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep hold of it for now then. But I'll let you note it down because I'll hand it to you or the bag wherever it's going. Okay.
What the hell was guarding that thing?
You see Caesar about 10 more eye stalks than usual pop out of the algae near you and seem to be craning their little stalked necks to see inside of the chamber that Scramble is within.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a lot of eyeballs.
So, I think that I'm gonna. Yeah, I guess I better fill everyone in now that I've solved it. So I think that was the Slake Your Shadow at the font descriptor. There was something that looked like me, but it was like a copy of me, but in front of me. So I couldn't see its face. I could only see its back. And when I turned around, presumably it turned around as well because it was mirroring all my actions. Jack saw its face and, fell unconscious and all that story. Don't know exactly what he saw, but I tried to make it drink from... Well, you can come around the corner now. I'm going to... A little bit wary just in case another one pops up, but you can come around the corner now and see this font thing. This is... I made it... whatever this thing was, drink from that. It's now not got any liquid in it. It was full of green liquid, and now it's not. And it's gone. And in it, this orange thing. Another one of these. So...
There's a lot of these around.
Seems like I solved that puzzle, but also, what the fuck?
Have you been through the door?
I have not. Would you like to do the honors?
Let's do it. I'll take a nosy down into the font.
If you see see someone that looks like you, make sure it copies you and then make it drink.
So you open the door?
Yeah.
Okay. You open the door. Inside is an empty room coated in dust.
Dusty room. Wow.
Take me home. Dusty room.
I mean, I gotta look inside this room, but I'm not expecting anything to be there.
No, may as well. We've got to check though, right?
Okay, show me with your icon, because I think it's easiest to represent things like marching order with just where your icons are. So as much as possible, it just helps.
So when
it could also be a god awful amount of dead skin.
when Orvex comes in, can we say he didn't think to announce himself telepathically before he came in?
Yes, let's
Well,
say
sure,
that.
sure.
So as he turns the corner, I bop him with the stick before I see it's him.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh, sure. I'll do a one-handed Jalula bop.
Jalula bop.
He manages to dodge swiftly out of the way with a speed that you did not expect Orvex to have, and he says, "Whoa, whoa!"
He hears me on the telepathic link being like, "Something's coming for me," and then I swing.
Yeah, exactly. he seems almost to have great reflexes for a second. He says, I'm here just to hang out. We'll chill, and then we'll go check in with them later. How about that?"
Yeah, dude.
Hey, Jax, what did you... It's gone, by the way. I should lead with that. What was it?
Jex, you recall seeing Scrammle's face, but as though it has been dead for hundreds of years, covered in maggots and huge cut marks, it looked disgusting.
It looked like a demon had eaten your soul and wore your skin on a wall.
Yeah, okay, I don't blame you.
But there we go then.
And it looked at me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an illusion or something. I saw. I don't know if you probably heard over the link. I was explaining it to Philippe and Caesar. It was, made it drink and it seemed to disappear. So I think it's gone.
Well,
I ain't here anymore at least.
Just keep an eye out, because
we are. Always, my dude. Always.
Additionally, Caesar, inside the room, now that you're in it, you see nothing more than dust up close.
Very good dust, everybody.
It appears to be of medium quality dust. You don't think it's particularly great.
It's just an empty room.
Probably where that weird shade was.
I suppose maybe it's space for the shade to go into. Also, you're the person that's quite good at
solid walls. Why couldn't it just go through solid wall?
Don't know.
Sorry,
I
did make it go through this door.
I step into the room, and I suppose I'm sort of like, is there like, I don't know, secret passages or something? I don't know.
You want to
Is it like
examine
an-
the room?
I can have a little look if you want, or you
Yeah.
can if you want. I don't mind.
Okay, make a
Plebe gets in.
investigation
Have
For,
a
the,
go.
for, the, for, the, for not the first time in the last few hours, let alone minutes, Phlebe is in a confined space with Caesar.
7 minutes in heaven.
Make a
Caesar
I
closed the
shut-
door.
I'll
Make
leave
a-
you two guys alone.
make a perception check, Fleep.
Deception.
Okay. With a 17 perception, you are confident that this room contains no other doorways than the ones you've seen. You check the stone for seams. You are confident.
So, yep.
So wait,
Indeed.
that shadow didn't look like a frog at all, though, did it?
No, it just looked like a really terrifying version of Scramble.
So, but they're so frog-like.
What?
Jex's very bad joke for this session is just telling you that you look like a frog.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Good one, dude. Like, I know you just had a scare, but like,
But then
Okay.
right before we go to bed, I
So-
polymorph you into a frog as a prank.
Okay, so.
how long does polymorph last?
An hour at most, if I don't
Alright.
end it.
I don't know. That's still plenty of time to sleep.
Just,
Not that
just a
big a deal.
grumpy frog for an hour. Right, okay.
That's all this room, right?
Yeah, so we're done with this room.
How long have we been in this tomb for? Do we have any sense?
You can make an intelligence check.
Does
Can I?
anyone happen to have
Right,
the
yeah,
key
Jex
mind sheet?
can make an intelligence check, or is he asking people
Oh, it's
to
not that
work
bad.
out?
I think your save is the same as your check, right?
Yes, I
yes,
think
for
by
me,
default,
sorry.
unless you
Yeah.
have
Yes.
proficiency in the save.
Okay, I would say with a 16, you would know that it's bordering on like 15 hours, so you're almost at the
Ah.
point of being exhausted, but not quite.
Yeah. I mean, given that I just got reduced to 0, I'm probably pretty close.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you saying you might want to sleep?
I might telepathically let you guys know that I'm gonna just set up a little cot here in the secret room. I've got to remember to put up an illusion and just start taking a nap, and whether that's a full sleep or not is up to you guys.
Well,
Well, shall we just look at the end of this corridor?
Yeah, I get
Do-
a feeling
do
it's
your thing.
gonna-
I'm
I
not
have
going
a
to be
feeling-
asleep straight
wait,
away. I'm just going to be
based off my amazing pigeon-based powers of deduction, I think we're going to see a familiar door we've seen from the other side.
Let's walk up and have a gander.
Okay, you look at which place?
So I
Down the
moved up
corridor
here
this
to look
way.
around this corner.
Sorry, I didn't see you. There you are.
No worries.
You see the end of the corridor. You also see what appears to be a cracked gap in this part of stone wall.
Yeah. Okay.
And you also see probably the edge of a little stone monolith.
How does this? Is this going
Monoliths.
around another corner here?
Hold on, yeah. Let me describe to you all the corners you can see. You can see the end of a little... sorry, I should be more detailed. Come on, reveal tool. Just work with me once.
Just be like okay at what you do.
Yeah. Okay, so you see the edge of a little crawl space to the north of this corridor you're looking down, and then to the south of this corridor you're looking down. You see the corridor sort of curves around and ends in a rock. Calling it a monolith is a bit generous. And it's got a series of decorations on the outside of this rock. And Caesar, you can see like a little cut in the stone further back from Scramble off to the west that seems to look towards the rock if you had Scrammle's knowledge, which you probably do because it's telepathic.
So
Oh, look at those
the thing that I was getting to is that my vague guessing work is that this big block is the block we saw from the other side of the room that we dropped down into from above.
We could only see the doorway off to one side though. Or in fact, was there anything over that side?
Yeah, a big block of stone which was blocking the doorway.
Ah, good point. Well, you know, better
I
to
think.
confirm that and not miss out on one of these fancy coloured orb things.
Which you seem to be collecting now, and only in this section of the dungeon. But
Yeah, a bit weird that. Maybe we need it to go to the next section. I'm going to step further around this corner to make sure I get all the information.
Okay.
Maybe that's needed to go down the next floor.
You see a rock, and you see the other. It's sort of like a crack that goes all the way through that rock. And you do see that on this rock here, to the west, southwest of you, there's a little circular dial with a bunch of symbols carved into it. One of the symbols you recognize from that room that you shimmied down into with the gondola and all the symbols on the ground.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, so those dials, the symbols on the dials match up with the symbols that were on the floor.
Well, you can only see one symbol that matches up with the floor. The rest of the symbols appear to be decorative, like devil faces laughing and stuff like that.
Weird. Do you reckon that means that's the only dangerous face, or that's the only safe face? Design, you know. Oh, hey, Caesar, go stand on the other side of this this corner thing. Go look through the crack.
You see each other's faces. Looking either side of the crack in the stone.
Hey, what can you see of this monolith thing from there? I step out of the way.
You see, if you look, Caesar, through the crack, which I assume you do.
Yep.
You see a pretty clear view of the little gap in the circular gold dial, revealing a vulture symbol underneath.
So
The
maybe
vulture is the first
step. Well, there we
Right.
go.
there we go. And I presume this is a puzzle that we don't need to solve because
Because you've already done it.
it's already been
Reasonable.
triggered.
Bypassed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to finish this? What is this? Another one of these crawl spaces that I can just about see here?
That is a crawl space, yes.
Do we want to finish up this north bit and then go and deal with Jex?
Okay. Ladies first.
Oh, well, after you then.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay. Caesar goes through the crawl space. You see the tunnel extends a fair distance, 30 or so feet, before curving to the right.
Caesar struggles and squeezes through to the other end.
Okay.
Don't know whether the other guys are coming or not.
Do you want to be next, or should I go?
You can go. I'll hold the fort for a second.
Get in.
Okay. And Caesar, you notice the tunnel continues southwards and then curves to the left or eastwards.
Keep me
love
updated
these
on where you
tunnels,
boys are, what direction you're heading in.
So going down through. Oh my Jesus Christ! And then it's taking a right.
Okay.
Right, and going down a bit maybe,
All right.
and then taking a left,
Got my suspicions.
and taking another right. Oh God.
Yep, thanks
Oh
for
my
the
word.
details.
Oh,
All
God.
right. Okay.
And you keep
I
on
think
going
I
all the way
think,
down.
I think,
Caesar and
I think you might have found
Phlebe,
something weird, guys.
with a
I think you
loud
might have
Taking an-
grinding noise, you feel
Oh,
the section of crawlway begins to rotate, instantly
Oh.
cutting off the exits ahead and behind you. You can feel the passage at the same time sink about 5 feet as it turns. After a few seconds, it comes to a stop, and the grinding also stops.
Right.
Like,
Hey guys, you stopped updating me.
Shit.
So I think we've right. I sort of look on between my legs.
Okay.
Right.
I'm like peering through this end
Yeah.
of the
So
space,
don't
expecting to see
come
the-
through here. Don't come through here. Right.
Don't come.
Okay. Yeah. Don't follow. Right. So
Yeah, okay, I'll back
probably we've probably activated. No, that's the so we've probably activated a trap. The tunnel has moved, so we now I would assume there is now like a replacement tunnel, or maybe just our section has moved out the way. We've lost the ends of our tunnel have moved, so we don't have an exit anymore.
Right. I mean, do you want me to have a look?
So what can we see from our perspectives?
You just see the crawl space and then a big stone wall blocking both sides of the passageway that you're in. Which I've represented by using the fog of war. Sort of, you can only see that little bit that is revealed, and then there's blackness on either sides.
Wait, so is this triggered because like it was too heavy in there?
Maybe.
I'm listening now telepathically.
Maybe.
You're just telling me you got.
It could be based off weight. It could be based off like a life force or something. You don't know. At the moment,
You know
we're-
what you have to do.
the walls. Just like gonna start feeling with his hands on the wall, see if there's anything to press or something.
You might have to banish Caesar.
Make a perception check, Caesar, while you're feeling up the wall.
But then he would reappear in
Yeah.
that 5-foot space
No,
underground.
if the tunnel moves back into place when it's not loaded up anymore, then Phlebe could leave. Caesar would reappear in the tunnel, and then Caesar would be on his own in the tunnel.
Also, it's a really
Actually,
shit
Caesar,
trap
wait.
to be like, if you trigger it, you're dead. You can't get out.
With
No,
a
but it might
20
be people outside need to help.
With a 23 perception, Caesar, you feel there's a small seam on the very furthest extent of both of these passageways, sort of as you come to the bits that have just been blocked off in front of you and behind you. You feel there's a tiny gap between the stone blocking the exit of the passage and your tunnel.
Like at the bottom or at the top.
At both sides.
See.
As in,
So
there's not.
so effectively we're in a big tube, like you said rotated, so we're effectively in a big tube, and as we went into this area, this whole thing span around. So the
it
whole
span
section
around.
we're in has moved.
But
So
there's a little bit of a gap.
to allow
at the
it to
end of it.
move.
Yeah.
So we're now probably in the bottom section of like a big, like a ring, a vertical ring, which has, I would guess, other tunnels.
Like a barrel
Yes,
of a gun.
Yes, I suppose so. Yes, yeah. So we are.
Sucks for you guys.
Thanks, man. Right.
I'm gonna crawl into this end and see what's up. Like, I don't want to go too. I want to go to about as far as I think they. I don't want to go around this bend. I think, based on the information they've told me.
Okay, so you can just see the bend then? Is that
I want to poke my head to see
okay.
around the bend, but I
Sure.
don't want to go around.
Okay.
Sort of thing.
You see when you poke your head around the corner, Scramble, you notice a skeletal corpse lying on the floor of the tunnel, about 10 feet away.
That's a bad sign.
Is
that,
it-
that sounds like someone died in here.
It's just a skeleton. It's not holding anything. It's not anything on it about it.
It has what appears to be a satchel on it and some detritus that you can't really identify. It's just stuff.
Is there just one skeleton in there?
That's all he notices, yes.
Well,
That implies it's just based off presence, not based off weight.
Who knows?
how do we? Okay.
Get the satchel. Free stuff.
Also, Phlebe and Caesar, please make perception checks.
Oh, jolly good.
Yeah, I'm just having a bit of difficulty figuring out.
Okay. Caesar with a 24 perception and Phlebe with a 10. Phlebe, you feel kind of a little stressed, but you don't notice your circumstances change very much. Caesar, being the stout gentleman dwarf that you are, you notice that your huge gulping breaths are coming a little bit less easily than they used to.
Ah, fuck.
We're
But-
running out of air here.
But you also notice that it's
Oh.
like, it's not like you're out of breath, you just notice a slight difference. So you would gather from that it's running
This is
out,
your heads up.
but
You'll
not
have a
right
limited
now.
supply.
Caesar's gonna start, hopefully with
Okay.
his monk training, like shortening his breath.
Oh, nice. Give me a,
Okay.
I don't know, give me a wisdom check. That sounds fun.
Oh, that is good.
Okay, with a 17 wisdom, you use your monk discipline to mentally calm yourself in this incredibly stressful
Right.
situation, and you feel your breaths are a little easier.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna try something. Right.
When that happens, I'm gonna move. So I'm gonna cure wounds myself
I do want to call for you guys to head over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Orvex to watch the fire because I've started cooking a stew.
Okay.
What? No,
will do.
we're gonna need everyone, my
Okay,
dude.
fine. I'll put out the fire for the moment.
Okay.
You can leave the fire guy. Don't want to ruin the stew.
But yeah, I'll cure wounds myself because I'm currently on 5 hit points. So, how much was that?
Right.
10. Good. And then I'll run over.
Okay.
I highly
Orvex
doubt this is going to
joins.
work a second time, but right. Caesar, could you just put your hands over your ears?
Badly.
I sort of like go up against like I suppose like I tap the ceiling and cast knock.
Okay.
Okay, so we bring in 2 more tridents.
Yep. Good.
And I'm trying to figure out where to go. Where are you guys actually, though?
Oh, the crawl. I'll like crawl
Wait,
back out. but-
Just shout. Oh, okay, good. I was gonna be like, just wait. Use your voice. Use your actual voice.
What? Oh yeah, good point.
No,
I forgot
that's
we were
good,
talking
okay.
about heads.
So what's
All right.
happened?
Hold on. Let me just read this.
I mean, I
spell.
heard what happened. I know what's happened. What does it look like? I'm gonna go in and have a look. With a.
It looks like nothing has changed. Don't go around the corner. Not yet.
So what I think it is. I by the way, I'm just going to draw in like the courtyard area,
I don't know what that means.
as in where we've got the 4 stars. This is
Oh,
me
the
drawing.
big square.
Oh, right,
oh,
right,
you're
right.
drawing. Okay.
I mean, just draw a circle around it, right?
So I
Oops, sorry.
think we've done that effectively.
Yeah. The thing is, we don't know how many
So,
tubes there are
Chambers.
around.
Me
there.
and Fleeb are down here.
okay. Basically,
You and
Possibly.
Fleet. Nice.
what?
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
What happens? What happens, Fleeb, is you
Mr.
hear
Chameleon.
and Caesar, you hear a very loud knocking sound as he touches his staff, I believe, against the ceiling, but nothing else happens.
Okay.
Well, that didn't work.
All right. Look, I think what I'm interested in knowing is if when you exit, if it's like any weight change, or if it's specifically when you enter. Because I'm thinking we're gonna have to send someone else in to see if it rotates again.
We can try shoving stuff in here.
That's true.
How far away? So what?
Oh, how far away is
far
that
down the
skeleton?
tunnel can I see? Yeah. How far is the skeleton?
The skeleton is about 10 feet from the bend in the crawl space.
Okay. Can if you don't mind
I'm
me
light.
getting back in there, my dude. No, don't. I've got mage hand. I'll grab his
Okay.
satchel and see if it's
Yeah, go
some
for it.
information in. So where's my mage hand? In case you need to know anything about my mage.
I'm just hearing sort of like, I'll use the mage hand and I'll do the thing. And what the fuck are they doing?
So it can carry up to 10 pounds. I don't know
Okay.
how much that translates, but I'm going to attempt to like take the satchel out of the
Okay.
skeleton.
You grab the satchel successfully and pull it over towards you.
Cool. Anything interesting in there? I mean, I'll shuffle back out, I suppose, and
Yes, there are a number of things. There is a. How do I describe it? Sorry, give me 1 second here. You see a traditional looking simple club. It's a 3-foot wooden club with a steel blade on the top of it, but it's not a traditional axe blade. It looks kind of symmetrical, just like a mohawk almost. And it looks like it's the same age as the rest of Omu that you explored. And you see Orvex say, "Goodness me, that's a Yaklakwa." And he explains to you that it's
You're a
a
laquaqua.
traditional weapon of the people of this region. You also
why don't you keep hold of that, Orvex?
Okay.
For safekeeping.
you give it to him. He says, "Oh, thank you." You also notice a pouch containing 8 gold pieces, an ivory back scratcher shaped like a dinosaur claw, a holy symbol of some sort of silver dragon, and a red crystal eyeball measuring 1 inch in diameter.
Okay, so red crystal eyeball we pocket for later. Oh, here's the bag. I think you'll enjoy the ivory back scratcher, Jex. That seems like your jam. What was the
Look,
last thing?
don't worry about that
Necklace.
thing. I'm gonna mind talk to them. Okay, let's get out of here.
I'm putting.
Caesar
I'm double
and Fleet.
necklacing it, my boy.
How
Okay.
how tall is this? How much room is there to move? Okay, I'm just gonna Phlebe and
Gold pieces,
Caesar,
isn't it?
Yep.
shake yourselves around. Let's see if it moves at all. Like jump as much as you can. Try and jump or float around. I don't
Okay.
know if you can like lighten yourself with magic.
The crawlway is about 3 feet high.
Oh, interesting point. could I lighten myself with magic? How does? Oh, I haven't prepared Featherfall, so it kind of makes a pointlessness. Sort of like try to go 3, 2, 1, jump. Trying to sort of like briefly be in midair.
Like if it moves at all in reaction to that, then that might help us figure something out.
Okay, you do this as well, Caesar. You coordinate this jump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you jump. Nothing happens. Although it's more like you're kind of in crawl position or crouched position. So it's
Yeah,
pretty...
so trying to do the kind of like what is it? Press ups and clamp
Yeah.
clap before your head smacks into the floor.
You, after a couple of tries, you manage to be off the ground at the same time, but you don't notice any changes.
Okay, I'm gonna get Orvex and Scramble to help me just like push on a stick here on the floor and see if it budges at all, like all three of us pushing. Like just as much of our weight as we can push on it.
Sorry, you're
Push on what? Sorry.
On
currently in the
the
water.
section of the tunnel that's sorry. If we go down into here.
Yeah.
We can only get one of us up against the stick, though. That doesn't really.
And tell me where
Okay.
you're putting the stick. Sorry.
So pushing into the tunnel, basically pushing on the floor of the tunnel.
Oh,
Wait, hang on a
okay.
minute, hang
We
on a
can
minute,
access?
hang on. Do you have Unseen Servant?
No. Yes, but no. As in, I only
What do
get
you mean
to
yes?
use it once a day.
Oh shit! When was the last time you used it?
Today.
Oh fuck!
haven't
We've been in
rested
here
a long
all day.
time.
Oh fuck!
The time that it stopped one of us taking 60 force damage.
Ooh, yeah, that was a good one.
That
where's
might have
your
been the thing that.
Where's your stick pointing at? Like how big is the stick? Where did you get the stick?
It can be the staff of striking we found, the goat staff.
Oh, okay. So let's say almost 6 feet. Sure. Yeah.
And we're basically pushing the ground from outside of the tunnel.
Okay.
I don't know how many of us we can get, but just trying to put weight on it and see if it triggers anything.
Okay.
Actually, you could use the force component of that. Could you try and swing it and use the force
I'm
component?
not attuned to it yet.
Oh shit!
You push on the ground with the staff. You reach about 6 feet plus your arms. Let's say 10 feet. Yeah.
If it budges at all.
You push the
then,
ground
yeah.
and nothing happens.
Okay,
Well,
I'm gonna
like,
try one more thing.
We're either got to put weight in there or a person in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl in.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Tell me with your icon where you are. Just pretend the other two
I can't-
icons aren't there.
Okay, is it a separate tunnel? Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
as you
I'll
reach
crawl into the tunnel.
midpoint, you hear grinding and a huge swiveling sensation. And Caesar and Phlebe, you noticed the same swiveling sensation, and suddenly you can see the exits to the tunnel, but Jex cannot.
Okay.
Right.
And
There's two
now,
barrels.
Okay.
and now I'm gonna try and polymorph myself
Well, let
into a
these two-
dragonfly. Once they're once they're out.
Yeah. Like, Jex, you're a genius. There's only 2 things. Great work. Let these 2 out, and I'll.
Yeah. Let them come out.
Okay,
It's possible
so
that when
which-
these 2 come out, the weight will change and it will swing anyway. We don't know if it's weight change or if it's. Yeah, we don't know exactly what the
Yeah,
details are.
Screw-
Well,
screw that.
I'll let Phlebe get out first.
Oh,
Well,
okay. That means I
Because
back
she
up.
can Wait.
Okay, so Phlebe goes out first, all right?
I reverse my way down.
And then I'll go this way.
Okay.
Beep
Cool.
beep beep.
You both
beep,
make it out
beep.
without incident.
Okay. Am
Okay,
I
we're
still
out. We're
am I
out,
still in
Jax.
here?
Yes, you are. Phlebe heads north and Caesar heads
Okay.
south, and Jex is still inside of a tunnel somewhere.
Okay, I'm gonna say give me about 30 seconds and then throw some weight into the middle if it hasn't moved. And I'm gonna
Okay.
polymorph myself into a dragonfly.
Okay, you become a dragonfly.
What can we afford to bin?
What's heavy enough?
Oh, I can still talk to you. No, wait, it changes my.
Okay. I've got an idea. Caesar, get out. Let's find out if it's weight. So Caesar gets out, I suppose.
I'm already out.
Yeah, you're currently sitting where I want to be.
Oh.
Wait, I'm a dragonfly. Can I? They were talking about the edge. Can I fly to the edge and just fly through?
Even a dragonfly is too big for this. This is like, imagine, it's like a couple of millimeters of play between the two
Okay,
stone
I'd have
surfaces.
to turn into an ant, which I can still do.
Yeah, I suppose
Right.
an ant could be that size, yeah, theoretically.
Can you turn into that small? Because if you can turn into that small,
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, let's not worry about. Well, throw some weight on. Just let's see what happens.
well, I have a second cast of this, so I look at the two walls either side of the thing and go, well, you know what? We need more walls. Wall of stone.
Well, you just fill the tunnel with stone.
Yes, effectively.
Okay. You see so it goes from south to north, right? This wall of stone.
Yeah, effectively just it fills in that bit of tunnel.
Okay.
That
You hear a
is-
grinding sound and it rotates, and then you see a mostly empty tunnel, and you wonder what happened to Jex. Nah, he's a fly. You see him there.
Okay, right.
I come and land on Fleeb's nose.
Okay. Is that you?
Yes.
Oh
I can
my
say-
god.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
I
let's
can
get
say-
out of here.
Yeah, we can. Polymorph is so much fun with the telepathic bond. I can just talk to you guys still.
Right, get back out. Right, okay.
You don't have to think buzz either, but like you're doing it.
I'm
We're gonna
doing
do
it
anyway.
Okay, right. Flea backs out and goes, well, that was expensive, but better than dying.
All right, guys. Let's go hide out. I'm
You
not.
How about have a nap?
feel exhaustion begin to grip you, and you all take a point of exhaustion.
Oh,
Ooh.
what does
So
that even do?
disadvantage on ability
That's
checks.
disadvantage on freaking everything.
I think it's
No, it's not.
everything
It's not
except-
attacks yet.
Yeah, except attacks.
Yeah.
Where's there a place to store exhaustion, by the way?
There's not on the sheet, but if we do a rest now, we'll lose it, right?
That is correct.
Okay, well let's go and have a sleepies
Yeah.
in
so
the hole.
we trident our way back through, and then make sure that this. I'm gonna unpolymorph before we go out here, and just make sure that this minor illusion wall is up again before we're in view,
Okay.
and then I've laid out some bedrolls because I've got a few of them in the bag. I worked out that this room will fit two normal double beds and a single if we arrange them like that. while you guys were I didn't actually hear how what you guys got into started. Because I was drawing this arrangement and figuring out if we had room to
Yeah.
actually do a small campfire, and I worked out that we do.
You're
Okay.
assembling all the IKEA furniture as well.
Okay.
I was just like focusing on my one thing. I'm like, I'm not going to think about that terrifying visage. I'm going to make dinner.
Okay.
Isn't
So-
this cozy?
Okay, so I also do I do a Lehman's tiny hut that effectively just cuts off the two crawl space
Oh, nice.
ends.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, you feel cozy as fuck.
Yep, and I'm going to cast Purify Food and Drink, which I get just before we eat, just in case.
Cool.
Because
Fair.
no point taking risks.
It feels pure.
And then we eat and calm down a bit and play some music.
Nice.
And before we're getting ready for bed or even going to bed, I'm gonna tell to everyone. I've prepared them for this in case they wanted to do it.
Oh yeah.
I've got the spell Sending now, so I'm gonna say to everyone, just like, dudes, this is awesome.
So did you want to take sending? Because I have sending.
Oh, okay. We'll do it anyway. For the
Okay.
moment, we can change. Yeah, we can figure it out. How many slots do you have for it tonight?
Me?
Anyway, we can work it out. So I was just going to be like, so this is awesome and terrifying, and I don't really know if and when we're going to see the surface again. So, if there's anyone in your life that you want to reach out to, we can probably do that. And I'll say that to everyone. I've got... How many spare casts can I do of it today? I can do 3. Yeah, I got 3 spare casts. Orvex, Caesar, Scramble, Fleeb.
You see Ulvex say,
Oh.
to be honest, I don't have anyone that would hear me. They're beyond this world, if you know what I mean.
Pat him on the shoulder.
Thanks, man. But you guys, I can give a message to you that I really appreciate you helping me and bringing me back to life countless times. I'm learning an awful lot about Omuan culture and also about danger and fear. More than I possibly wanted to know, but it's been great hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, dude. And good job with the rope earlier.
Ah, thank you.
I suppose I could send something back to the university.
If you've got it yourself, or do you not have it prepared?
I don't have it prepared, but I'm also very happy for other people to use it. If other people have like another reason to use it, then
I've got it right now. So if you wanted to send a message tonight, we can. But you just have to tell me stories of them, so I know who to send it to.
I see. Okay, so there's. Okay, right. So there's this. Okay, right. The guy's name is Archmage. Right. I've got to get this right because
Wangus.
was his first name Arthur, or was that his second name?
Arthur.
Right. No. Archmage Arthur Pentague. Right. Yes. Oh, good old boy. Really big. Likes his eating. Typically, we'll during the feast time, we'll get the roast chickens and have them run around the room. Strange person. Anyway, can you just try to send him a message? I don't know what time it is, but he won't give a shit anyway. He will give a shit, but I don't give a shit. Inside tomb.
Yeah.
Approaching Soulmonger. Found 4 crazy people.
Oh, wait,
Currently
I guess he's not
fine.
Oh, wait.
Currently fine. How is the wife doing?
Okay, so does Jax cast this sending?
So we'll probably tell stories for like half an hour or so that I feel familiar enough to cast it on the target
Okay, cool.
of the people, and then I'll do that message with sending.
Okay. You hear a voice in your head that sounds a little bit like a slightly younger, less intense version of Brian Blessed, and you hear them respond to you, "Oh, you sound an awful lot like Fleeb, but I don't recognize your..."
You sound like free.
I'm going to assume this is sending and say, "Excellent. Keep going. The wife is fat, but I am happy."
That's what you need in life.
Oh, phenomenal.
To be fat. To be happy with a fat
leave
wife.
it all back.
Ah, yes, that sounds like Arthur.
Caesar, did you have a?
Oh, dear.
That was great.
That was very good.
The only thing I can think of is that Caesar would want to send a message to Mumsy.
Tell me about your mum.
Her name is Teresa.
Teresa Chameleon.
Teresa Chameleon. And yeah, she's just a normal dwarf woman. Dad's not in the picture.
What's your favorite food that she made you?
Cheeseburgers, homemade cheeseburgers. Very formative in my early years. Got this big belly gut because of it.
That sounds excellent.
All
But
right.
yeah,
and-
just this is hi Mumsy, doing well in a spooky dungeon, but it's all good. Lots of love, Caesar.
Okay, I have a few extra words left, so I add in just sent on behalf of Caesar. You'll have to give me that cheeseburger recipe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd also like to send a message to Caesar's mum.
Sorry, I sent that message.
Okay, so one thing at a time. You send that message and you hear a voice in your head that sounds, even though it's in a head, so there's no distance to it, it sounds distracted, like their mind is focused on something else, and they say, oh, Caesar, darling. I assume you're, yes, you're sending it for him. I'm cooking at the moment.
5, 4,
Glad you're alive.
1.
I think glad you're alive is the last thing you hear.
Yeah, it just comes in. I might have to send another one back for the cheeseburger recipe, but I've got a couple to do myself now.
Sorry to interrupt that. I just love the idea that sending either has a word limit or like a dial tone. I think it
Yeah,
does
it's
have
like a
word
Twitter
limit.
message. It's a 25 word limit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I send a message to Howry Pinpocket, the little the boy from Who Made Jalula. Hexry, dude! On the wildest adventure with Jalula, in a crazy tomb with gods and traps. Met a dragon. Keep rocking. See you soon, Jex.
Okay, give me, because you didn't tell stories to anyone because you're already familiar with him. Give me an idea of what he's like.
So this is the. Let me just load up my proper sheet. Ba 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 ba. He was a very sick kid as a child, and he basically idolized Jex. He's a bit from the same hometown, and Jex was like trying to go up through Battle of the Bands kind of thing, and really like telling stories that were mostly not true about how he had like, they were creative tales. They weren't like meant to be an actual boast.
Okay.
But this kid just like believes every word of it. So he made the fiddle Jalula, and Jex promised that it'd be his legendary weapon. So yeah, that's basically this sick kid is chronically sick. So, but he wants to be a hero like Jex.
Okay, cool. You hear back in your head Howry Pinpocket's voice saying,
Yeah, or Hexry is the nickname.
sorry, Hexry. He says, Jax, oh my gosh, you're alive. Oh, Jalul as well. That's good. A dragon? What color? Red, blue, silver? Before I forget, check the back of the. How many words am I up to?
I don't know.
Let's say you've got 2 left.
Okay. Violin. And that's the end of the message.
Yeah, I'm gonna check the back of the violin.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Oh.
There's just a penis scratched on the back.
Okay.
That's the worst I can do. That's a halfling 1.
Okay, with a 3 investigation, you notice the letters, the initials of Hexry carved in the back as a sort of signature on a painting.
I'm like, yeah, it's got his name. Cool. I knew that.
Yeah, something you'd probably previously known anyway.
And then I'm gonna send one more message to Lady Spillane.
Okay, give me a bit of a picture.
So she is an elven noblewoman who really, really liked Jex's creativity. She got him to slot to perform at the Battle of the Bands when he missed the sign-ups. And gave him her ornamented hairpin as a favor because it went well and she had put her name slightly on the line to get him that slot.
Gotcha.
He calls her Queen Spillane, which she finds endearing but pretends to reject. This is like the one person who Jex holds in like actual reverence.
Gotcha.
And she's fond of him in a very formal way, but like because he's a little less formal than she has to be.
Okay, cool. What's the message you sent?
Okay. Queen, I've seen the Heart of Terror. Don't know we'll make it, but it's truly important. Got new band together. Look out for Howry. Rendell.
Okay, you hear a voice in your head say,
Rendell?
Jax, darling, that sounds hideous. Keep practicing your scales. Glad you're alive. Now the hairpin. Keep your fringe out of your face. It really clouds your good looks, darling. Please remember. Cool. Does anyone else want to send a message?
I don't think Skull really, again, doesn't really have anyone to send to.
Orvex taps you on
We
the
might be
shoulder and
people on
says,
the way.
I know how you feel,
Sorry.
man.
Yeah, I mean, you spend your whole life stealing from people. People tend not to make friends with you.
Hey, you could send a message.
To Guy
the-
Fieri.
Yeah, let's send.
Oh, yeah, let's send it
Colin,
to Guy
go.
Let's check it with Guy Fieri.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a call, yeah.
And hey, that's his name.
A Carl actually would have made more sense.
Well, okay, send it to Guy Fieri, but copy, like, CC in a
Let's
car.
see. Wait, do they have
I was about to say, I'm just sending
I'm
words.
just checking if the language requirements.
Yeah, I was about to say, Kuichi hears you in its
No,
mind,
no,
recognises the
actually-
sentence to you.
No, because even if they don't have enough int to know a language, as long as they have one int, they understand it.
Oh, really? Ascending. That's
Hey!
amazing. Okay, so what is the message you send Guy Fieri?
We can send one to a Carl and Guy. Yeah, okay. You, Scramble, you can send a message from all of us to Guy Fieri.
Oh, jeez, what do I want to say to Guy Fieri? Sup.
You love the chicken.
Crazy stuff.
3 words down.
Crazy stuff going on. Good food.
Snake Girl hit on me.
Snake Girl hit on me. You should have seen her. She was smoking. How's you, dude? How many words I got left? Like -2?
I think that's
dude.
I think that's it. Okay. So as you send that, you Jax hear a voice in your head, but it's not really a voice. It's more like because like I suppose the language barrier. I'll say, does sending say it can talk to you or communicate to you or
So sorry. Let me put it in the chat. and we can all-
understands the meaning? and
It
can-
understands the
in a
meaning
like
and
manner. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
it can answer immediately in a like manner.
Okay. All right. So it basically
That
just
doesn't
comes
mean
acro-
that Guy Fieri has the intelligence to form sentences.
Doesn't mean he's gonna say sup.
Yeah. Okay. You hear
But a man can dream.
you hear a voice back in your head saying,
Sup.
I remember. Food has gone downhill. The dwarf won. He's okay. Can't cook for shit. Things are less interesting. This is good. You are okay. I am decent.
I don't think you sounded to the right dude. I don't remember Guy
Factual
Fieri being
and to
like
the
that
point.
at all. Are you sure that's?
He was an awesome guy.
Well, I'm trying to explain it now in words, and all I did was have an understanding. So I'm like, yeah, basically, he kind of said like, he's like not as tasty or something, but
Like if you see
because I've heard him in meaning, but I haven't like I'm having to translate this through my not that
yeah.
yeah, his
not that
his
impressive
mind
intelligence.
his mind has a voice that isn't especially compatible with common, so you've just got to interpret it. And it had a weird stilted sort of rhythm, much like a gecko or a chicken, the way they walk and look around, always looking for predators and stuff like that.
Can't believe he didn't copy the sup route. I let him in. Respond in kind.
You just thought you were having a drink.
Yeah, reasonable there. I would be if I could be.
You see,
Oh yeah.
you see, Orvex pipes up from the corner and says, "Wow, I mean, I had no idea you all had so many people in your life that you cared about, especially that fire. That was a real surprise. The question I have is, are you a group? Do you have a name? How long have you been working together?"
Oh no, we didn't even raise.
Didn't even prepare.
Yeah, dude, we're the Hearts of Stone because we never break.
Wow, that sounds like song lyrics. That's amazing.
I was gonna call us like the.
Flea briefly looks at Jackson and sort of like, well, that was actually quite good considering that was spur of the moment, so I'll give that to him.
Yeah, I was just gonna go for like Scramble and the Idiot Squad or something like that.
Scramble and his bitches.
That's better. I like it.
Yeah, you're like mumbling in the corner, like I think Scramble and his bitches is better, but
I prefer Scramble, but
Cool. You
That's the
feel exhausted.
And collapse.
yeah.
Cool.
And oh wait, before we go to bed, Caesar, I'm gonna give you Wongo's mace.
Oh,
What's
does
that one
someone
again?
want?
I don't know if. Well, we're gonna rest. Sam, could you share Wongo's mace of terror with? I mean, it could just be everyone. It's just a mace with a magic power now. I'm happy for everyone to know what it does. And also, could you share the the goat stick with me, please, so I can see it on the list.
Oh yes, I will do that in just a second. I just have to
Thank you.
check some things.
Yeah, I mean, someone should absolutely attune to this amulet. Could be me. It would be okay for me, but it might be better for someone else.
Oh. What does it do?
What does it do?
It improves your con. That's it.
Well-
All it does is improve your con.
I mean, I've got something else to attune to right now, so I mean, we could put it on you. We could, because if you
It'd
want
be fine on me, but like I don't have I have a +2 to con currently.
Me too.
So anyone
Mace
who
of
gains
Terror.
more than that, because it boosts it to a score rather than like adding it to your score. So the lower your score is currently, the more bonuses you'll get from it.
I guess it depends who's taking damage a lot, which could be. What's your con, Caesar?
13.
Is it? Do you think it's worth putting on Caesar?
I mean, I'm thinking immediately bring it on Bleed.
Okay.
It just depends on. Yeah, it could keep him.
Like I could like, but that just means I just get rid of Moa. That's fine.
No, it's just the
Um,
item. It's the item, not the spirit.
Yeah, it's not a god thing. It's just the item.
Okay.
It just, I mean, like, I assume it doesn't matter if I tell you it does. Since
Okay,
I know
you
it,
can
and it's
see
not
the
like a
goat
god
stuff
thing.
now, Jex, and Dan. You can see the
Yep.
mace of terrifyingness.
But yeah, I'll take the chain if that's.
I mean, yeah,
a
it
good
just
thing to
straight
do.
up boosts your health. Little. I mean, I assume it doesn't matter that if I tell you straight up what it does, because it's just a generic magic item, other than the fact that it was obtained in a weird scenario. It just boosts your con score to 19.
I'm just like, are
Well,
you
can-
happy? Are you happy giving that away, dude? Just.
Am I? Let me have a think.
I'm like almost. It depends how far you are in giving it away, but if you're actually giving it away, I'll be like,
Yeah, I think as long as I'm, I think I am. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
As long as that's my choice, I think that's fine. As long as I'm like, yeah. Is
yeah,
anybody?
shoulder, and you pull out a keg from the bag of holding.
Yeah. If you try and take it from me or demand I give it away, I might have some. But if I'm like, hey, did anybody want?
I give you an extra Mars bar to pocket.
What?
Like, that was nice, dude. Good job.
Cool. So, do you guys do anything else before you sleep?
Just attuning, I think, to our various items.
Cool.
I'm attuning to the goat staff. We know that's going to turn me into a goat, but I don't know exactly how because it's not on the. I think Fleeb figured it out.
Yes, I
With an
believe
identifier.
Yes.
Fleeb did. Yes. Cool. So you attune to it, and you can add it to your attunement slot. I think that should be fairly straightforward. And is Caesar attuning to the terrifying mace?
So the thing about the mace, Dan, is because you're a monk, you can basically use it exactly the same way you use a normal attack. So it's just giving you the extra power, the fear power, basically.
Yeah, okay. I'll attune with it.
Cool.
And then
yeah.
I'm gonna sleep first. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Fleeb, do you want this amulet? It's probably best on you.
Sure, I'll take it and suitably attune to it.
Have it, son. I've already told you what it does, but like, you know, work it
No,
out.
that's
as
gonna
appropriate.
be. What's your con now, Fleeb? Normally.
It increases. Oh, sorry.
My con is normally 10, so my bonus is 0.
Wow. So you are
Yeah, big
gaining.
boost.
You're gonna gain 40 hit points off that.
I don't know how that works.
Well,
Yeah, that's a question.
you're level 10, so you're gonna gain 4 each level, basically.
Yeah, but I leveled up. So wait, is the level up over the long rest?
But no, we've already leveled up, but our con modifier retroactively applies to your hit point total.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, if you lose 1 in your con mod right now, you would lose 10 max hit points.
Oh shit. Okay, interesting. Okay, cool. Well, okay. So sorry, Sam. Could you show me the said magical item? So it boosts
Oh
my
yes. Sorry.
It's just the amulet of health. It boosts your con score to 19.
to 19.
Yes.
Holy shit.
So
Wow. That's
Yeah, I am.
insane.
Okay,
As
keep this away.
Fleeb spends
Thinking about
a bit of time with this necklace around his neck, he suddenly just hulks out and looks thicker than ever before.
Oh no, he's not going to be able to go through the tunnel.
No, the tunnel, the
too
esophagus tunnel,
small.
it expands.
That was only that was
Only
just
to your base con, it doesn't expand.
no, that was a creepy illusion.
Oh. Do
That
we
was
care about setting a
fucking
watch as well
setting it.
before we all go to sleep? Or are we, like, in the hut and not worried about it?
You know, I was on 0 hit points 5-10 minutes ago, so
I mean, that's fine. It was a... yeah.
or I guess like an hour ago. So
But there's still a question, like, do we want to set a watch just in case?
I mean, the answer is yes. We want someone
Okay.
awake at any given moment.
Alright. Well, I only need 4 hours of sleep because I'm a cheeky...
Sounds like you're volunteering.
I mean, not for the whole damn time. Someone has to cover the 4 hours that I'm asleep.
Just for the first 4 hours.
Cool. All right. Whoever takes first watch can give me a perception
Yeah,
check.
have your
I will take first watch.
rating on the first watch as well.
Cool. Perception it up. Yeah, with an 18, you see nothing, you hear nothing.
Okay, then.
It all is still. You hear literally nothing. Cool. That is the end of your watch. Who do you wake up?
Who's next?
I could do the next one.
Cool. Perception.
Yeah. How long is each watch, remind me?
14.
As
Okay.
long as we say.
With
So these guys 2 hours, but yours could be 4 hours because you
Yeah,
know,
I can do it. That's my point. If I get 4 hours, then I can...
Yeah.
With a 14, you hear nothing, see nothing. It is quiet as hell in here.
I presume I spend that time to actually attune with the Mace of Fear, and then when I go to sleep afterwards, I have
Yeah.
horrible nightmares.
no, you have great dreams where you're the scary one.
Oh.
I don't know. It's up to you. It could be.
No, I'm
like that.
having nightmares. Things are terrifying. You seem to like the art for it. It's awful.
Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just like I
What, you
looked at
showed
it.
it to
I was
everyone?
like, I don't really want to remember this right now. Just gave it away.
And the last watch is taken by whom?
Yeah, I'm taking a 4-hour watch at some point.
Okay, give me a perception check. Okay, with a 21, you hear.
26.
Oh, why'd you roll with advantage?
I do.
Oh, on perception check. Why?
It's what he does.
Okay, sweet.
Just always now.
Awesome. And you hear the gentle lapping of the water in the previous chamber, sort of just sloshing around with gravity. And you also hear a flame with your elven ears crackling south of you.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, fair enough. Well, there is a tunnel through there. That makes some sense.
Cool.
Is that on all perception checks? You just have advantage now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. You're right. I get it. Yeah. Sorry. It's.
I can't be too specific. Presumably.
Don't worry. We're on the same page.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you complete a long rest. You have all your spell slots and your health points and your once a day thingies back.
Oh,
and
want
that
hit dice,
is where
man.
we will end the session. Nice and neat and tidy, clean
I should
slate.
use my new feet just because it's a once a rest. Should have just done it for
Yeah.
shits
I
and
need
gigs.
to reset all my spell slots now. They're all.
Oh, that's well,
Let's see.
that's fine.
I had one spell slot left at the end of the day.
Well done, guys. It's so lucky that you were split up when you went into that tunnel. Because if you were all in that tunnel,
Yeah, that's pretty lethal, actually.
gee, I mean,
Potentially.
maybe the
It would have.
ant.
No, wait, it would have taken 3 polymorphs to get us out.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah,
Caesar
yeah, we had
hadn't
to-
rolled so high on his perception of the tunnel, you might not have even have noticed the seam at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Although,
Crazy.
yeah, maybe after like a long time in there, we might have found it.
Might have suffocated first, though. But what I love is that we were so confidently walking down that tunnel.
Yeah. Although
Suddenly it sprung.
we have an extra 10 minutes of air divided between us hidden in the bag.
That's true. That's true.
All can buy us an extra minute with every banishment.
Just thinking time. That's
Just
great.
fuck off.
All right, it's your turn to be in a different plane.
It's your turn to be in a different plane. Awesome. That was great. I really enjoyed those random characters from your backstory improv. That was really fun.
Yeah. I saw that. I realized I had missed a spell, and I was like, oh, well, I want to send messages to them because, like, after everything that's gone on, I probably have some idea that we could die here.
Yeah, it's kind of like say goodbye to your loved ones, but also hopefully I'll see you again type situation. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.